up!
Have fun.
I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Here. This is for you.
A flower? Can you bear to see the planet suffer? Cloud.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know, fall for Friday.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Maddog, and this is The Real, episode 159 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
GG! Why do I have to be the only excited one? Come on,
No,
man.
that's fine.
Join it.
I'm excited, too. I'm just, that's your excitement.
Oh,
My
yes.
excitement is different from your excitement.
Yeah, this is legitimate excitement,
This
all right?
is, you overflow. with
Hey,
excitement, yeah.
the moment I wake up in the morning, 7 a.m., and I look at the clock, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's podcast day. My whole day goes, and I'm thinking of podcast night because that is the
I was
time.
thinking that you got up, you literally just sat up in bed when you get up and go, GG! And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I know. My
I'm
wife
sure,
fucking
yeah.
hates it. she is not a fan of me.
I can imagine.
It's
Jesus.
podcast day. She's like, shut up.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7
Go back to
a.m.
sleep.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry. I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, that's hilarious. That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister. What is up, sir?
Ah, man, feeling good.
Sir, your house is coming along very nicely.
Oh, thank you.
I really like it's open now. Boxes are
there's
gone.
the
you know,
boxes.
yeah.
Yes.
It's nice. It's
The
going
major,
good.
the major boxes are
TV
gone. We
is
can
up.
walk.
Yeah,
the
so-
TV's off. Of course, I needed to have my PlayStation operational.
I'm sure you've been looking for your hit of PlayStation here
Oh,
and there.
definitely, dude. I need to have it ready for what's going on. This past few days, people have been not accusing, but asking me like, "Hey, man, this last two podcasts, you haven't really been playing, a lot." And I've been playing little things here and there. Like I think last week I was talking about Phantasy Star, which I never touched again.
Yeah. And that was literally just filler.
That was that was like, oh my god, everything is packed. I don't have anything else I can play with. Not even my computer.
There's a handheld device. Let me use that.
The Switch to the rescue. I could actually put what was it, Fantasy Star and Wonder Boy, which I intend to go back to.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been still a week of unpacking, cleaning, and getting everything ready. The house, thank goodness, it feels
it's nice.
feels
Man.
like a home
everything's coming together very nicely.
Thank you. I here to announce the official name that we have. For those of you who don't know, the whole GG group is comprised of 3 administrators. 2 of them are active. One of them is very passive nowadays because of women issues. I mean,
not issues, more like interference? No.
Interference, yes.
No. He's hopelessly in love, and
we definitely miss him.
we do miss him.
But so it is Casa de Martin Hotel and Grill, which is your house,
mine,
where we have done the podcast. Well, we started doing the podcast. After we finished our stint at work.
Yeah, during lunch. Yes,
because we were starting to get later from lunch, and then we moved to my house, the GG
Plex.
Yeah, and of course we celebrated our 100 episode.
Yes,
at the bunker.
GG Bunker. My gosh,
GG Bunker.
Amazing.
Back when it was the bunker.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on right now. It's like
it's still a bunker.
It's like a romantic comedy going on.
It's more
over
like
there.
a what do you call that? Oh gosh,
what?
A love cabin.
A love nest.
Yeah.
That's what it is right now. a little loveness.
Oh, we miss you, Chakra.
We definitely miss you, Chakra. Yes,
and
we're happy.
Yeah, we're extremely
absolutely
happy for you.
You know
Absolutely,
what?
yeah.
You know what?
Cheers to
cheers
Chakra.
Cheers to Chakra.
Absolutely.
That was not the clank of beers. We are being fancy today.
Yes, very sophisticated with our red wine.
Red
Sweet red wine that has a little bit of bubbles in it.
Yeah.
It's becoming less sophisticated.
Oh, well.
The more I say it.
We kind of have to let it sit for a bit.
Yes.
But, yeah. Oh, so announcing the official name of the location is still the GGplex.
Oh, not even a sequel?
I cannot occur to me.
GGplex 2?
2.0?
Yeah,
There
something.
you go. All right. I'll try to come with something better. But when it was time to name my Wi-Fi, I couldn't think of a better name.
Too much pressure came at that moment.
Yeah. And I needed the Wi-Fi fast. I couldn't be saying like, hold on, what I think of a name for it. My family's wanting to connect. And
yes, the internet, of course, is something. It's more of a necessity.
Let me put it this way: I literally had that set up before I had electricity and water, and I'm not kidding. It sounds like a joke, but I swear to you, it's not. That was set up a month in advance.
I believe you.
Yes,
I believe you 100%. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time listening, which, by the way, I understand we have a lot of new listeners, and thank you so much for joining and subscribing. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast if you haven't already.
Here's the thing. They have been, actually.
Oh, great.
We have gotten some reviews and stuff like that. We really appreciate the you guys. I think we got mentioned at work.
We did.
we did. So we got
put on blast at work.
Yeah. And he went viral.
Yes. Yes, it did. So that was great. Seeing my mug up there was a little bit like, woo.
Oh, yeah.
Looking a little criminal-ish up there. But
and me with my headphones looking like a pilot.
Yes.
Like a nerdy pilot.
Yes. If you haven't already, and if you have Facebook, go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. That takes you right to GG Good Game, which is our Facebook group.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Everyone is welcome.
And there's no bots over here. We're a small group, and it's because we don't accept, the invitations from bots or
we're not trying to inflate numbers.
Nigerian princes
yes.
or anything like that.
Exactly.
It is 100% humans from all across the globe.
Yep.
I think we have a listener from Australia.
We do.
A person, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So what we normally do is first we go into what we've been up to, move on into various news items, and then finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic. Our E3 2019 preview.
What?
Yeah.
Is that happening already?
It's right around the corner,
but
brother.
That's June. Oh, wait a minute. June is right now. June is like right around the corner.
It sure is.
Holy crap. I'm not ready.
Are we ever, though?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
our coverages of E3s, they're suboptimal. For those of you who like a guerrilla approach to coverage.
To coverage of E3. We got you.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, the Electronic and Entertainment Expo.
Yeah.
Which is also known as Gamers Holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy Week.
Gamers Holy Week. Yes. Yes.
This week, we are going to be previewing just 3 of the main conferences that are going to have, or the main.
Because Sony won't be there. They
EA,
gave up the fight.
EA. So there's going to be Bethesda, EA, and Square. EA really is not doing a press conference.
Yeah,
they're doing some weird live stream thing. Bethesda is
Bethesda.
ballsy enough to come back and do a press conference.
Wow. That's the one I want to watch.
Yes. After a horrid
after
launch of a title.
Yes, they're open, not the opener, but their grand slam on the last year's E3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This was their main event.
Yes.
Fallout 76, and Fallout 76 gets released, and it is a train wreck. With a train full of garbage that is on fire.
It's on fire. I was going to say it's on fire as well.
Yes.
So it's smoking shit, guys.
Yes,
Let's
basically.
be real. That's moving at a rapid rate.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited about Bethesda.
Exactly. And then, of course, Square is taking over Sony's spot, which is also a little ballsy because, big shoes, a lot of stuff are expected on that particular time slot. Is Square going to deliver on this?
They're already teasing stuff left and right.
We'll see. We'll see if it's enough.
Little titled, the little indie title called Final Fantasy VII Remake. I heard people are interested in. I don't
am.
know about the hype meter. I'm not sure if there's hype for this title, but
I'm not sure there's hype either, but I know I am excited for this thing. I don't know if it's going to deliver, but I am still excited for it.
why not? Well, we'll have that
It's
conversation.
Square, you know what I mean? I know.
Please be excited.
Please be excited for
That's what
Square.
Square Enix says.
All right, guys, so let's start the show. Sir, what have you been up to? Have you been able to game?
Bless America.
Do you game? Do you even game?
Do I even? Do I even? Well, sir, it will come as no surprise to say that yes, I did.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
A little bit.
Oh.
A little bit. But I had to. I had to desperately had to bring something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11.
I knew it. I was like, he freaking caved and he got it.
Of course. I mean, you were probably suspicious the moment you saw the PlayStation laying there.
A little bit. 'Cause I was like, hey, look at that.
Yeah. He has a PC. What is he gonna be playing on PlayStation? I mean, come on.
There's no like exclusive
that he's gonna want.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yes, Mortal Kombat 11. Unfortunately, I haven't put it through its paces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've only played a little bit of it. I would say I started the tutorial, which, by the way, it's a really good tutorial for a fighting game.
I've heard this, which is weird because most people hate tutorials, but that's interesting.
Well, and on a fighting game, I feel like there are an evil necessity because unless it's a series, like let's say if it's a Street Fighter or even a Street Fighter, will have its characters that are new that you kind of want to know the moves. But if you're grabbing Ryu, Ken, those type, you already know what to expect, how to do the moves. It's very little that changes there. But in Mortal Kombat, being so focused on dial combos and stuff like that, you're not really supposed to be button mashing, although that's pretty much what I still do because I'm not the world's best Mortal Kombat fan, Mortal Kombat player. I will tell you that right now, and because it's difficult. There's a lot of timing involved.
There is, yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm not very good at parrying because
is there parrying in the game?
I don't know because I haven't tried it, but there's timing. There's stuff that it takes proper timing to do the proper, the proper combos and juggles and stuff like that. So I'm not great at that. So I can appreciate when the game has a good tutorial, and this one has one of the best. It still feels like, of course, one of those like Injustice. I'm a big fan of Injustice. Injustice 2. I really like that game. The fighting, it was the fighting. Just like the fighting on that game felt like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat feel obviously like
Mortal Kombat.
and of course Mortal Kombat. I skipped 10, even though I own it. I never really played it.
You own it? You never actually played it?
I bought it like on a deal when they were saying. You remember when Mortal Kombat 10 was they stopped supporting Mortal Kombat 10 on the PC and and there was like a riot and so then they put it like really really cheap. So I grabbed it just to, I'll play the single player, but I kind of never did. And then they started supporting it, again. They say, we heard you. We oughta, how Warner Brothers is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a little lost on the single player portion of Mortal Kombat 11. I'm sad to say. It feels like... It feels like...
The storyline?
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of feels like it's a continuation of whatever happens in 10.
Oh, okay.
To the point, not like episode 2, but they make a lot of references to stuff that I'm almost to the point where I'm wondering if I should stop playing and go back to 10 and just like complete the single player just to get, or just sit down and watch a video on YouTube.
All the cutscenes,
everything. Yeah, because the fightings are whatever.
Yeah. The cutscene to explain who won the fight.
The cutscenes, exactly. I wonder if I should be going that route because the stories are very well done. And it does look like it's going into a direction that is the story is going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned last week, there seemed to be a lot of good hype. A lot of good vibe about the story. In general and the ending and all that. But like I said, I don't feel like I'm grabbing, like I'm enjoying the 100% of it because they keep referencing stuff that happened already, and then I'm like, I don't know this character so well that I should probably care about much.
I did hear it does go into a lot of Mortal Kombat lore, and yeah, so I guess I can see that being an issue.
Yeah. Like, you know, I don't know if I should be going to. You know what? I won't mention it. You know, let's just say there's some character that you start seeing and you're like, whoa, this is not how I remember this person being.
Oh, they changed.
Yeah. But then they justify that. Yeah, but you know, they throw the MacGuffin thing.
Gotcha. Time travel becomes a problem.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, the main baddie, it's like a woman entity called Chronica.
Oh,
so by her name, you know, and she literally has the power to control time.
Oh,
so
she has the time stone.
Yes, pretty much. Like
Okay.
later, yeah. And actually, the way she actually gets
It's not
portrayed
green
like
or anything, is it?
no, it's not
okay.
green. It's like it was white and blue, but she gets portrayed like what's her name? That she has the stone.
Oh, the ancient one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets portrayed like the ancient one from Marvel.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah. So far, I'm enjoying it. I haven't there's nothing yet that has that I could say, oh, this is like super badass. But it's because I just started, playing it. I am looking forward to learning the fatalities and all that. But I'm playing single player.
Which I hear you, it tells you now, right? It tells you what the fatalities are, or maybe there's like one button fatalities. I guess maybe you haven't got to that part.
No, well, I haven't seen the one button fatalities. Mm-hmm. There are some simpler things called brutalities.
Yes,
which appear to be obviously simpler to perform, but I try to make them happen. I guess when you play single player, you know, if the character is not supposed to like cut the other opponent in half, you know, because obviously there's a cutscene,
yeah.
you know, you can't do them. And then you're like, well, what's the point then? All I'm going to play on this is the single player campaign. Yeah. I don't think, maybe the towers where, you know, maybe I play the towers and I don't know if it seems like each character has his own little bit of story, you know, so I may play that.
Jump around different characters.
Yeah. I'll try to give you a little bit more. Sorry that I haven't, I've been able to play enough of it to give you a good grasp. So far, it feels like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. There are aspects that I haven't discovered just yet, but I'm hearing that are not so great. Talking about the grind from the crypt.
Yeah, the crypt.
Yeah,
crypts has always been a problem, even in the old ones. It does. There is a grind behind it, and it is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. I remember, gosh, it must have been, I don't remember the number. No, it was one of the Deadly Alliance or one. They didn't have a number.
Oh,
but I think they were still considered like part of canon. Yeah, and because I think they had like 2 or 3, and then they suddenly did 8, right, and then 9, or maybe that's what it was. It doesn't matter. The point is that the last number I remember was 4. And then we didn't get another number till 9.
Right.
So you had a bunch in between. So it was a couple of those.
Annihilation.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
And their crypt was where it was a lot of grind. It was a lot of grind, and I still enjoyed it though. Mm-hmm. I still enjoyed it for what it was. But yes,
it's kind of cool.
You can spend a lot of time just trying to get whatever you can to get it to open up something new and. And there's a lot of it, and it's just like a lot. And it's like, man, it's almost like a collectathon.
Yes.
But not something you have to find. You just have to earn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God, it's just a lot.
Yeah. It does feel like a grind for stuff that I don't know, but new. I'm not sure you're unlocking characters, but you are definitely unlocking skins. And supposedly there's a ton of skins, to unlock it. And yeah, that kind of stuff is interesting, but I don't know. I kind of just I bought it just because out of the curiosity of the single player campaign. We'll see where we go there. Yeah. That's all. Honestly, that's all.
That's all you've done.
I've been playing. I'm upset, man. I'm pissed off.
Why?
And I'm gonna mention this just to call them out because they suck. All right. So I got. I'm a big fan of having my TVs mounted.
Yes.
Right. So I called. This is a new house. I want the outlets. Mm-hmm. to be concealed behind the TVs, kind of make it, give that floating appearance, And I could have done some myself, but we're not talking about
this
little
is
cables.
wiring.
This is high voltage stuff, And also there's obviously going through studs. Last time I did it in my old house, I literally had to make holes to be able to press cables to then cover those holes, and I didn't want it to do that. And on top of that, I discovered that this house has like steel studs rather than actual wood, so it makes it even harder. It makes it a mess. So I paid. Let's just say I paid good money to have this professionally made, and I was and try to get it done before I left. I left for vacation because I'm leaving for vacation next week, and I got this contractor. Maybe I shouldn't mention names, not to get anybody.
No, let's not do that.
Mr. Sparky in Sanford and other Lakeland and other locations around the U.S. Electricians came in. They did a terrible job.
Wow.
Honestly, like, you failed at the most basic job. I'm not going to have you do anything else, because I was also planning on having some floodlights installed on the back of the house. I'm like, forget it. Don't touch it. You guys were already messed up. What they did was they put the outlets almost on the very edge of where the TVs will be will be centered, and right in front of the door when you walk in. The first thing you see is the side of the TV with that nasty connection, like almost protruding from the side of the TV. It's like, guys, the whole fucking point of doing this was to conceal those cables, not to show them on display.
Yes.
So
the next thing they should have done is put a spotlight over there.
Yeah, honestly. Which he kind of has, because he has. I have the lighting on the back of the TV, and the problem with that is that there's a big shadow on the side, on one of the sides of the TV, because of that connector is there, and like they missed the point, and you could tell that they were very lazy. All they did what they should have done, what I paid, I thought I was paying professionals to do, was to take the TVs off. Make a hole on the side opposite to the door, as to conceal, the connector. Run duplicate the connector from the actual outlet that is right now through the inside of the wall. Go through whatever is there. If there are studs, if there are metal girders or whatever it's called,
girders.
Go through them. And just make it happen. Put it on this. I'll put it where it would have made sense to be put, and then put the TV back on. And no, that is not what they did. On the master bedroom, they put the outlet, in the middle of or on the side, but in the middle of the wall, but to a corner. To where I will literally have to buy like an 80-inch TV to be able to cover that. so it was such a poor job. I took pictures. I wrote him an email. I told him, you guys are coming. I called him this morning. You guys are coming to fix this. Yeah, and of course they didn't have anybody to go come in today, so I had to make an appointment for like not next Friday, because again I'm on vacation, but the following Friday, to come in and fix it. So I was not happy with the job, so I'm calling them out here live for all our audience, all three of you, to avoid Mr. Sparky Electric
Boogaloo.
Yeah. Charge it, baby. Electric Boogaloo. Now I'm thinking of Breaking 2.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Electric Boogaloo's.
Yeah. Turbo and Ozone. Remember that movie, right?
Turbo and Ozone.
You don't remember Electric Boogaloo? You're going to have to watch it.
I'm going to have to watch it again this weekend.
Yeah. Just make it a throwback. It's a feel-good story. Actually.
I will try to fit it in.
As opposed to my story of the electricians of Mr. Sparky.
Yes. Mr. Sparky. Too bad, Mr. Sparky.
Yeah.
You get no love from us.
No love. I will. I was ready to, because I did the nasty email. I mean, nasty in the sense, not nasty. I'm not like that. You know, obviously, I'm not gonna disrespect anybody. But I was pissed. So, but I have Yelp and Google and the BBB and everybody already.
Everybody knows.
No, I haven't standing by.
Oh,
if they
nice.
fix
Okay.
it,
We're good to go.
Yeah, you're not shooting for an A already. You're shooting for a C at most. You know, I don't like holes in my walls.
That's for real. Even if you patch them.
Yeah,
they're so old to
exactly.
begin
You will
with.
have to make magic there. Make it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sir, I have a little surprise for you.
Oh?
I've been waiting to tell you, and I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm gonna just tell him during the podcast.
Wait.
Mostly because, well, I don't really see you much anymore.
Yeah, I guess we don't even work together anymore. It's like
it's two ships passing in the night. Hey.
Yeah. I love it. You have to romanticize it. Right? Two ships passing in the night. So you beat Sekiro. Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
It's not that?
I am still playing Sekiro for the record, but no, I didn't beat it. I got a Switch.
What?
Yes.
No way.
I got a Nintendo Switch, sir.
Again. There you go. That is, you know what? One more. There you go, sir.
So, yes.
Oh, M freaking G.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a megaton.
Okay.
He has been waiting for the longest time. There's been so many good games released on the Switch.
Yes.
And he hadn't pulled the trigger on it.
Yes.
And I was starting to worry about
that I would never. I was like, at this point, he's never going to do it. It's going to be like Dream Twister and The Witcher 3. That's what it's going to be.
Someday that's going to happen. I'm going to start playing.
It is
I
not.
promise you it's going to be.
Let's be real.
Someday. Tell me about your Switch's adventure.
So first off, I got the. First of all, it's a bundle.
What pulled it? Was it the report that there's not going to be any announcements at E3?
Well, for hardware, yeah. I was like, all right, might as well do it now. So
I knew it.
And just send it.
At that point, it's like, okay, well, confirmation, nothing's coming.
Nothing's happening with new hardware.
Might as well pull the trigger.
And so I got a bundle.
Oh.
It included 1-2 Switch and Mario Tennis.
All right, so you bought the wrong bundle there. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I mean, it was the bundle that was honestly the cheapest bundle.
There you go.
It was $329. You know what I mean?
That's good, bro.
Yeah, I know. Hence the reason I got
it. Okay, that was a good move.
So
that's almost as good as buying an Xbox One with Fallout 76.
Exactly.
Which is devaluing the Xbox One X so much that you can almost acquire it for the price of a regular Xbox.
A regular Xbox, yep, exactly.
It's
so bad. It's so bad. So similar situation here. Well, nobody wants a 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, I bet you haven't even tried it.
No, I did.
Okay. Of course.
I did. No, I will play it. I would just if I have it.
You will give it a chance.
Actually, my wife and I we play a little bit of the stupid gun shit, and it's like it's funny for the first time you do it, and then you're like, all right, this is really stupid.
Okay,
what the hell are we doing?
Put Fallout 76.
Exactly. So I got that. I did play Mario Tennis, which is actually pretty fun. It actually has like a weird story mode on it.
I heard.
Almost like it has like an overhead view, almost similar to Mario Party type of thing.
Oh God!
Where
really?
you kind of walk, whatever. I mean, there's no board, but you're walking and then you it's weird. It's weird.
No. I'm thinking it's reminding me of the single player story campaign of Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I just
gotcha.
Yeah.
So something like that also kind of has that overhead look of
and Mario 3.
What's the one with rabbits? Mario and rabbits came to battle and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has a similar look to overhead like that,
one.
without the obviously without the strategic battle. So you get to someone, you basically play them in tennis, and you move on. Because that's what happens in this world. You know what I mean?
The Mushroom Kingdoms, they're very different ways of tackling problems.
Yes, they do. When they challenge you, you have no clue what you're in for. Let me tell you. But no, other than that, it's actually a lot of fun. What I am not liking, well, for the record, I didn't get a pro controller, right? So I'm sitting here trying to use this little ass freaking Joy-Con. Yeah. Then I put the Joy-Con onto the thing, and I'm just like, this still feels odd.
It's not super well.
It is definitely my huge nitpick of it so far is definitely that. I'm just like, and I don't use it handheld, right? I use a handheld when I first took it out, but then I quit as soon as I had the dock set up. It's docked. I'm like, nope, it's staying right there. I'm not a handheld guy. So other than that, I was checking out that I also don't have a memory card. So I have a memory card. No, I mean,
that's right. You wouldn't need. I'm thinking PSP where he's like, if you want to save your games,
no,
you are buying this.
There is some space in there.
Yeah, there is some space. That's true.
Which is slowly going away because the two games were all downloaded games. So they weren't. They didn't come with it. So
that's okay. 1 to 6 is probably gonna go out.
Yeah. As soon as I get a chance, I did sign up for the Nintendo
Online
Plus. Nintendo Online. What is it called?
Plus.
I'm not even sure what it's called.
You only know the PlayStation language.
Yeah,
it's like you didn't go. I signed up for Nintendo Live.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
what is it? Nintendo Live. Yeah. Games with Nintendo?
No.
Nintendo Game Pass. That's the one.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Yes, that's what I signed up for. And
the state of Nintendo.
Yes. And anyway, the
$20 a year. I understand.
It is $20 a year.
Although if you have Prime, you could have gotten it for free, or is that offer over?
I have no idea.
There was an offer where and I didn't bother to do it because that's how little, if any, I foresee me playing. Well, actually, now I'm thinking like maybe I should get it because my bro just got.
Hey,
maybe I should.
I will share my friend code with you.
I will see. Oh, you better. I'll see if it's still available. But basically, it was an offer for, it was kind of weird because it went like you get 3 months, and then after the 3 months, you get the rest of the year for free if you're a Prime member. So
gotcha.
It's like, I don't know what the deal was with cutting it like that, but anyway, and it ended up being a free year of Nintendo Plus.
I was gonna say it again. So I started playing a couple of the games that they come for free. I played a little bit of Ninja Gaiden.
You played Mario Bros. 3.
Ninja Gaiden.
Tell me about playing Mario Bros. 3. Of course you did.
I was going to, but I played some Mario Bros. 2 actually.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And I tried a couple of the other ones, and I'm like, okay, these run fairly well and all this stuff. This is not bad. It is horrible to play that on the little Joy-Con though. I am like, I need a true D-pad, guys. I need a real D-pad to play this freaking system.
If you like 8-Bit Dough, sell some controllers. I mean, you can get it on Amazon, but it's from 8-Bit Dough. I actually bought it at one point, and the only reason I ended up returning it was just because, not because of anything wrong with the controller. I think it was like I just wanted to test them out, but I wasn't ready to buy them, and I didn't have a reason to. And I ended up going with the Pro controller. At the end, I wanted to go with the Pro controller, but this looked so cool because it was pretty much a Super Nintendo controller. It's shaped exactly like a Super Nintendo controller, and I did the Super Famicom version, so for the color controllers, It responded very well. It gets recognized by the Switch, by the system easily. You can play those classic games with your D-pad.
That
would
be
D-pad
amazing because let me tell you, that was the worst part of it. Again, I mean, to be fair, I don't have, and this is Nintendo piecemealing it. Let's be real, okay? But I'm like,
do you know what's tragic?
What's that?
The D-pad on the Nintendo Pro on the Pro controller, unless
horrible?
they have fixed it, it's pretty
bad?
Yes.
So what about the Dough pad or the Dough one?
The 8-Bit Dough one, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still would recommend the Pro controller just because for normal games, like it's more comfortable. Like if you wanted to play, I don't know, Bayonetta, let's say, for example,
sure.
That fantastic game that you should not miss, especially now that you own a Switch. God bless you. You absolutely need to. You want to play with a Pro controller. So
I intend to get a Pro controller, but again, at the price, and we all know Nintendo shit just does not go down in price. I'm like, it's $80 for this freaking controller. Yeah, I'm like, why?
There's a version that supposedly had the pad, the crosshair.
Oh yeah,
fixed. But it was only a special edition that came in for...
Which was more expensive?
One of the games. Yeah, it's like $110 or $120. It was ridiculous.
Fix your controller.
Fix, exactly.
I shouldn't have to pay more if you forgive me a freaking fix.
I mean, it's not unplayable. You can still play it. It's better than nothing, I guess.
The one game I walked away with that I actually enjoyed a lot was Tetris 99.
Oh my god, that's the game.
Well, to be fair, it was free with the with
True.
with the plan or the plus, whatever the thing, Nintendo Online thing.
Nintendo Online.
It was free with it, and dude, it's a lot of fun. It's actually a lot. It's really. Have you played it before?
No, but I mean,
It's
you
really
own
nerve-wracking.
you own Tetris. You own Tetris on PS4.
Tetris Effect. Yes.
Yes.
Well, this is different. This is obviously you're playing against 99 other people.
Right. Okay,
And it's basically
I heard it's a
Tetris
battle royale.
Battle Royale, yeah, exactly. So, it's actually really cool. I don't know. It's just it's nerve wracking. Like you're just trying to get as low as possible or to survive as long as possible.
Yeah.
And you got to be quick. And some of these guys are just quick. And
Of
I'm
course.
like, man, this is so cool. I think the best I've done is like 40 something. You know, and I'm like,
Nice.
all right, well, I'm all right. But no, it is a lot of fun. That's the only one I've been playing a lot of. And I don't have to tell you what Tetris is. Everybody knows what Tetris is. But
Yeah.
that's
That's the dating simulator, right?
Yes. These two blocks they get together.
Yeah, the
and
Tetraminos.
form a
Yeah.
Tetramino. Yeah,
That's right.
So so that's really the newest thing I've been playing.
What's got no Mario? No Mario yet?
I just got this. I was like, I got to take it slow, dude. I got to take it slow because otherwise, it's a $500 purpose.
You have
purchase.
literally, yeah. You have.
So-
there is. Well, the good thing is that now you have all the games that guaranteed to take you to the end of the year.
At least.
if you were not excited,
That was the other reason. I was like, well,
There's nothing-
what does Sony have that I can be very excited for?
yeah,
What?
that's supposed to whenever it
Yeah,
comes
but
out
that's
on
next
2030
year
or
sometime,
whatever.
maybe. Yeah.
So there's there's Mario. There is I don't have a bunch. Hold on, I'm just blanking out. And by the way, actually, if you want to grab
Bayonetta,
anything
yes.
from here,
Super
Super Mario,
Octopath.
Octopath, Mario Odyssey, of course, Breath of the Wild, bro, Mario Deluxe. Well, shit. There you go. I got you, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So there you go.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's
You still need to play those games,
I do.
especially Bayonetta.
And now
We're gonna
have,
start with that one.
that.
What's the?
I didn't care for the game. What do you want me to say?
You did not play it proper. Now you get to play it. Now you get to play the real version, not the PS3
The
broken ass version.
Hey, that was a broken ass.
You know, it was a broken ass. Yeah, do not argue that. It was not the PlayStation 3 fault. It was Platinum's fault.
It was Platinum's fault.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Sadly,
So yeah, that's the newest thing I've been playing. I did watch a couple of movies, and I'm gonna just kind of briskly go through them here a little bit. First one I saw, I wish I can take that time back.
wait, you didn't rewatch Jurassic Park?
No, we'll never do that. I saw Skyscraper. Skyscraper is the recent Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film.
So it's a great movie. Then automatically,
Well, and to be fair, he is the best part of it. Let's be real. I mean, he's a great character. He's a great actor. That's really it, though. I mean, the rest of the movie
really it.
is very nonsensical.
Really?
Did you see it?
no, I haven't. I
Okay,
haven't.
so this, believe it or not, if you can believe this or not, they had pegged this to be this generation's Die Hard. Yes.
Oh God!
Okay.
Of course, because it's a building.
It's a building, and there's people. There's I don't know, it's not
the
terrorists, but
terrorist
similar
attack.
type of thing. Yeah. So
or a gorilla or something.
it's trying to climb up to the top. It grabs this girl named Jane, and it's a whole big thing. The building, first off, is ridiculous. It's double the size of the building in Dubai.
Oh shit!
Like
okay.
that's how tall it is.
Wow.
Which is damn near impossible. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's this sphere at the very top, which is led to be this secret, whatever. And when you find out the secret, you're like, why does anybody need this? You know
Does it
what I mean?
go? Wait, does it go? Does it get cosmic or weird or?
So the only thing that I saw that was actually cool about this sphere is when you get in it, it literally everything you're on, even what you're stepping on and all around it, are 8K high definition monitors, right? Okay. And so when it can make it look like you're standing in the middle of the sky. Like it's almost like cameras on the outside are just showing everything around you. So it stands like you're looking at you standing just in the middle of the sky.
All
right. So,
right.
but that's it. That's the main thing.
Hey,
right?
that's really cool. I will go the stairs of this 1 billion story.
So the I find it difficult to spoil this, but at the same time, I'm like, guys, it's really nonsensical. Okay,
It needs to be taught.
it just needs to be said. So the main premise, and I won't say obviously what happens, but the main premise is there, and you can get this from the trailer for the most part. That there's a team of people who are coming in to try to rob the guy who owns the building, by starting a fire in the building and basically turning off all of the sprinkler systems and everything, because the building's completely high tech and all this, and it can turn off a fire in seconds,
Okay.
but because they're able to counteract that, whatever, and so they're trying to get this guy to give him a little thumb drive that looks like Stark Tech, believe it or not. You know what I mean? It is ridiculously nonsensical. It's just like, it's just really not good.
Yeah,
That really not good. Like I said, the saving grace is
Doing
The Rock, because he's still, charming as normally he is in all his films. But that's it, man. It's
but would you say, does he have good action? Does he have interesting moment of
no
cliffhangers?
The main character doesn't use guns. So that already takes that away, right? Because everybody else is using a gun. So like, okay, so what are we doing?
Just like John McCain.
He does use guns.
I know.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you've seen we've all seen Die Hard, right? One of the greatest things about Die Hard is that he is
I have a machine gun.
He's your regular guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like this muscular dude like this guy, and on top of that, the visual effects were very practical. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that they literally blew up and did just to make things look the way they look. Here, it's just a CG splash fest. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I can't with this movie. Yeah.
What is it about? What would you say is the quality of CG that makes it? What makes you tell? Unless let's say, of course, when they're portraying something fantastical or an alien or medieval crap or whatever, you could tell, okay, that was CG. But when they're portraying something that is supposed to look real, of this, of the present, what is it that you will see, that you notice that immediately clues you into the fact that it's a CG?
Usually, the lighting is off. You know what I mean? Like the character is standing in one spot, everything or near him is not real. So you can tell that the lighting's a little bit off.
He's not.
Sometimes the wind, you know what I mean? He's hanging off the building and the wind is blowing in a weird direction. You're like, why is it going this way? Or it's not blowing at all. It's like,
you're a big tell.
300 feet, 300 stories in the air. Come on, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? So things like that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that. And then on top of that, the design of the building, right? Like, so there's some point that he has to go get to something and he finds a schematic, whatever, looks it up. And of course, where he needs to go is in the most ridiculous part of the freaking building, because the building itself has its own turbine. So of course, the panel that he needs to get to is right at that turbine.
because it makes sense.
Because why not? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a video game level.
Exactly. So, yes, I cannot. I mean, it's on HBO. It's free.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
It's still not worth it. I'm just saying. It's still not worth it.
I'm hoping the next one is a little bit more.
Actually, the next one is also a CG splash fest. However, this one was good. It's Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen that one.
This one, okay, so first I'm going to say I love the first one.
Yeah.
And this one is not as good as the first one. Okay, which is difficult to do, but it is still an awesome movie. This one has obviously they go into the internet, they jump into Wi-Fi, and they end up getting into the internet. There is product placement everywhere.
Of course,
okay,
it's definitely gonna
everywhere,
just like the internet.
Just like the internet. That's right. There's jokes about all that pop-ups. Like he's walking around, and this dude walks up with a sign. Hey, do you want to get rich right now? Hey, do you want to do this? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of little weird references like that. There's also references to online gaming, which is pretty funny as well. Right. And so I kind of enjoyed that.
They put the Fortnite joke somewhere there. Of course, someone was dancing Fortnite.
Actually, I did not see. Believe it or not, I did not see that.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if it's a missed opportunity.
Done in the 1940s?
I mean, I don't know. It could have been a long while ago.
I'm glad because after watching Shazam and having that, it's like, oh no. Oh, and what was the most recent one that that we even said it. Oh, of course, Endgame.
Endgame. Yes.
On this year, they still playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, so stupid.
So yes,
Yeah.
but no. Overall, it's actually a lot of fun, and the little character, I forgot her name, Vanellope.
Penelope, yeah.
She is, even in the first one, I always found her
Yeah,
to
she
be
was
the most
hilarious.
adorable thing in the
Yeah.
world, and she is still ridiculously adorable.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly, who voices Wreck-It Ralph, is funny as well. There's a lot of weird little things that when you look at it, you go, wow. You know, it's like, it's a commentary. There's a huge commentary on the people use of the internet. You know what I mean? Which is
all right,
clear.
I'm down.
There's also a little snippet that mentions the people who get throttled because you see these little bots that are going, because the way they portray someone who's surfing the internet, it's their little avatar is in this little almost like Jetson spacecraft and it's flowing to the next spot, right?
Okay.
And whenever you get them with like, hey, do you want to try this? They can touch the screen and boom, they go right back into the little thing and it flies them off to where that site is.
The
you know what I mean?
destination, yeah.
And so you have this flow of traffic, right? And you say, okay, everybody with your higher internet levels up here, you know what I mean? And it's just so weird, man.
That's funny.
But it is funny. It is enjoyable. Definitely.
Do they address the fact that Vanellope is royalty?
They do.
Well, okay.
Actually, you probably saw that in the trailer.
No, I didn't.
So there's these. Oh, Disney, by the way, is all over themselves in this one. This is a Disney movie, for the record. So,
of course.
the Disney princesses are all about, and of
course.
course, she runs into the Disney princesses. And actually, it's a pretty funny moment, and actually, it's a very cool moment. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But Disney definitely like love themselves at one moment because there's a little bit of Star Wars, a little bit of Marvel. It's like, wow, Disney,
Wow.
can you let it go a little bit here? You know what I
What'd
mean?
you say? Let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let it go.
Yes. Oh, yes, and she's in it. By the
Of
way.
course, there you go.
And there's this whole finding your song moment. You know what I mean?
God.
So it's again, it's a great film. Definitely check it out.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to for the longest time. This one you rented, I will assume, right? Because it's
This
not a
one
thing on
I did.
HBO.
Yes, I did rent. Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
And then the last thing I saw is a Netflix original film called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
Is that the story of Ted Bundy?
It is.
Oh God.
So
Talk to me.
And it stars Zac Efron as Ted
Zac
Bundy.
Efron is Ted Bundy?
He plays Ted Bundy.
That's actually not a bad cast. Actually, I would say.
No, and he does excellent. Don't get me wrong. Excellent film. Actually, you know what? The movie overall actually is very good. It's told in a weird perspective, and that's my problem with it. It's told almost like you're meant to feel sorry for Ted Bundy, and I'm like, yeah. I know what he did, and I guess
And you're supposed to be like one of the, his groupies.
Well, I not you're supposed to be one of his groupies, but so it's based off the book that his girlfriend wrote, which is the one who was his girlfriend at the time when he first got caught. And so it's kind of meant to be from her perspective. So obviously, for the longest time, I don't want to say she was in denial, but she kind of was in denial of the fact that maybe it was my fault, maybe it's something I did, or something happened. This really shouldn't be him, whatever. And she really believes that for way longer than one should. When you it's like, okay, mistaken identity the very first time, perhaps. But then you get caught again, you get run, you get taken over here, they find more. You go, I mean, this is spoilers on real life. He's on the run, ends up in Florida, more people are dying in Florida.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it seems to be following you, you know what I mean? So she was in denial for a long time. So the story is almost kind of told within that denial. So you're actually watching him, Ted Bundy, kind of explain things away. You never actually see him do something, but things happen in weird ways where it just eerily just makes it feel like you're trying to sell that maybe
character?
he was framed somehow. You know what I mean?
God. Oh,
But
God.
obviously, by the time you get to the end, all that clears up. But there's a lot of that in the movie. But overall, like I said, the acting is done really well. The main actress, I don't remember her name, but it's Phil Collins' daughter, believe it or not. I think her name is Lily Collins. Zac Efron, the kid who sees dead people, he's in it. He's obviously not a little kid anymore, but he's a grown ass man, and he's like a grown ass man, dude.
Oh,
yeah. And so anyway, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why my wife has been watching a bunch of
Documentaries like that?
Well, yeah, she loves to freaking investigative
Like
files or
murder
shows and stuff
mysteries
like
and
that.
stuff
She
like that?
loves that stuff. So I was like, honey, why don't you just watch this? This is real life. Leave all that. I mean, not the other stuff is not real life, but you know what I mean. This is something bigger. And so, but it's eerie, man. It's eerie when they start seeing. It basically it ends in Florida, right? Because he ends up dying in Florida from the electric chair here and everything.
Yeah.
But it's man, it's just crazy.
Oh, that's right. They gave him the electric chair.
They did. Yeah.
I mean, he killed like over 30 women. Was it?
That yes, that we can confirm. Experts believe
exactly.
that there were more because he was always downplaying what he was responsible for. And then by the end, the reason he was giving the names up is so he can extend the because he was set to be killed.
Oh, okay,
and so they kept he kept pushing it off. So and they were like, "We'll push it off if you give us some names." You know what I mean? We're not going to change it, but and then of course he just kept pushing it off, whatever. But he finally gave up 30 names, and I think at that point they were like, "Yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
we don't even need you here anymore."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, really horrific stuff. That he did. It's just
he was a fucking like a necrophiliac even.
Yeah, and the craziest part is that the girlfriend, she again, you're doing this for her, she just never saw it. And there is this weird moment where you can almost see the character Ted Bundy played Zac Efron almost restraining himself with her. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know what, in some weird way he did love her, and he literally had to fight against whatever it was. You know what I mean? Which was a little freaky, to be honest with you. So, but yeah. It's again that's a Netflix show, a Netflix movie, and actually it plays right into the Ted Bundy tapes, which is a 4-episode documentary also from Netflix. Which I think I'm going to watch next. I haven't watched that, but I'm going to watch next because now you're seeing the actual interviews and stuff like that with him. So it's pretty interesting. But that, my friend, is all I've been doing.
Cool.
Yes, may I help you?
I used to live here.
Won't you come in? It's the least I can do. Is it like you remember?
Cleaner.
Well, you feel free to look around while I get the water boiling. I do apologize. It gets so very hot here this time of year. I had some cookies in the oven before you came. Stay right there.
I shouldn't impose. I'm gonna...
No, I insist. My father came to this country with $14 in his pocket.
What did he do, Mrs. Kirsch?
My father joined the circus. I was always Daddy's little girl. What about you? Are you still his little girl, Beverly? Are you?
And we are back, guys, and it is time for our trailer of the week.
Trailer of the week. We're harmonizing now.
Yes, we are, evidently. Trailer of the week.
There you go. We have our intro.
We're going to save that and replay it. Never.
No. No, we have to come up with a different one.
Oh, H week?
Oh, the week come
Oh, my God.
to the trailer of the week.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
Pick. It's so natural.
It is unnatural.
Okay.
Let it go.
Let it go. Okay, yeah, go.
Our trailer of the week, guys, is a little title, a sequel, believe it or not, which we all knew was coming. A little title called It, Chapter 2.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And let me tell you, that freaking trailer is a little creepy.
Scary. Yes, it looks freaky.
It does look scary, sir. What did you think of that trailer?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. I was super excited from the moment that I saw that it was out, because I've been meaning to see what is this going to be. Of course, I had an idea. I've read the book, and I know that it divides. The book goes between chapters. They go between the characters with the young, the characters with the adult, and then they go back and forth. On the movies, they did the whole first movie was when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you guys haven't watched it, let's say because you have an aversion to scary movies. Yes, it is creepy in some things, but it's not that terrible. You know, it is definitely. I enjoyed it because it was a fun movie. It was more comical to me than scary. But I think most of it was the humor of the kids, you know. So this
the
one,
humor of the kids, yeah, because it was pretty. It felt very. I mean, believe it or not, one of the characters is from there, but it felt very Stranger Things, but a little bit more serious and scary. Yeah. Stranger Things isn't really. I never found Stranger Things scary. I just found it fascinating.
It's
how
intriguing.
It would, yeah. But other than that, yeah.
But this trailer is portraying this movie, and it's showing, you know, it's showing the kids grown up, even though they showed glimpses of or flashbacks, I guess, of when they were younger. And like it looks fantastic. Like the cast, like everybody they have picked, it looks like, man, they seem like they nailed it. You know, Beverly is like the older Beverly. It is the spitting image of what she was when she was younger. You know, same thing with John Denbrough and like the different characters. So
so you have James McAvoy who's playing Denbrough. Bill Denbrough, excuse me.
Bill Denbrough, sorry.
And you have Jessica Chastain. She's the one playing Beverly. You still have Bill Skarsgård, of course, playing Pennywise. Bill Hader, believe it or not, a comedian, plays Richie.
Richie is a comedian.
Yeah, he sure is.
So, yeah, perfect. What I was saying, perfect cast.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Jay Ryan, I don't recognize Jay Ryan, plays Ben Hanscom. Troy James, he doesn't have even a name to go with him, but yeah.
Yeah,
those first few for the record.
So how do you feel? After I saw the first one, I was dying for you to watch it because I wanted to know how you felt about it, and you liked it. You enjoyed it, right?
I did very much so. It was actually it was creepy, and I did enjoy the kids as well. You know
their interaction,
the interaction,
hilarious.
Was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
A throwback to our childhood. Actually,
yes, it is. This one here, though, seems to step up the level of scare. Yeah.
Yep.
That old lady in this trailer, let me tell you, she sets a tone. You know, and I'm like, first off, I think it was awesome. I just hope that because it's a chunk scene, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and it is cut up a little bit. Obviously, it's not whatever, but it is a chunk scene. I'm hoping that they didn't just blow all the creepiness in this one scene in the trailer. You know, I hope we do get more of that in the actual film.
Yeah.
Because you know some movies tend to do that. But if the first one's any any
indication of the first one,
it's going to be it'll be definitely.
It seems like they stick close enough, to the source material.
Correct. Yeah.
And it looks like the second one, you know, could be that. And if it's that, I'm all for it because it was a great book. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was.
Yeah, it was. Exactly.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
No.
Pennywise is still a freaking scary clown.
He appears briefly in this particular trailer, and I'm fine by the way. After this, I don't need to see anything else.
No.
Down like anybody else. I'm down to watch this movie.
Yes, absolutely. And to be fair, there were a couple of good trailers that came out this week. We just it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes.
Spidey, we haven't forgotten about you, but.
Respect. And by the way, if you have not seen Endgame, do not watch the second Spider-Man trailer.
there is a disclaimer that
at the beginning.
At the beginning that says so.
Yeah. So, but yes, it has turned around my interest somewhat in the Spider-Man because I really have zero interest, and I'm like,
a lot of people have said the same thing, and it's like, well, this is it's evidently, you know, or obviously, I say there is going to be the new gimmick.
Yes.
I'm just gonna call it gimmick for lack of a better term. That is going to instance all the coming movies, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's the idea of this franchise. Of course, this thing with the Infinity Stone was super successful. Like you were pretty much guaranteed if you were interested on the material that you were gonna end up watching those movies.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much. Yeah.
So
and they knew it.
So so in this one, I was like wondering, like, wait a minute. So what are they going to do? There's no Infinity Stone saga anymore. Like, what else is going to be more interesting and more substantial than the Infinity Stones? Like, it's not going to matter. That's why I think we were all very skeptical about the future.
Exactly.
We're saying, like,
and that's the reason why. Because we were both like, yeah, but what else can there be? How much worse can whatever be? You know what I mean?
Now they're disclosing it over here where Spider-Man goes like, is there a multiverse?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so that's the gimmick now. This is where we have the potential of seeing all those crossovers that we have been dreaming about. I mean, between Marvel, of course. We're talking about Fantastic Four.
Miles Morales.
We're talking about Miles Morales.
2020.
There you go.
I am...
Wait, you don't want to kill this this
I didn't say we're going to kill... Did I say we're going to kill him?
Well,
both exist in the comics. So.
At the same time?
Yes.
I thought that one was taken because the other one died.
No.
Shows you what I know about comics.
That's the one. That one version we saw of it.
That was one version. Okay. All right. So there you go. We're gonna have Spider-Gwen,
Spider-Gwen,
and Spider-Pig.
Oh God, your favorite Spider-Pig.
Spider-Pig is my favorite superhero of them all, of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Do not believe him, guys. Do not believe him. All right, guys. So let's move on to our news items. First
our
and
news
foremost,
to abuse. That's not what we're calling it ever.
Our useless news you can use.
There you go. The useless news.
Oh, man. So first and foremost, PlayStation had a... What do they call it again?
Oh,
a state of play.
The state of play. Yes. The state of the nation.
The state of the nation happened.
Yeah, all
yesterday.
the channels suddenly stopped programming what they were programming, and on every channel you had the PlayStation address.
Yep. And it only took about literally 15 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe not even. It was like 13 minutes long. However, there were some small announcements, and first and foremost, Medieval. The PlayStation Classic game is getting their remake, PlayStation 4. It comes out this fall, October 25th. And I don't know about you, man, but did you see the gameplay for this? Because it had like updated gameplay and all that good stuff. It just, I
didn't see I mean, I saw the announcement that got into, which I know you're going to talk about later, later now.
Right now.
But, right now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I saw.
Oh, okay. Well,
I didn't see this one.
So, so they're bringing it back, and it comes out that it's, of course, starring the protagonist, Sir Daniel Fortesque. And I got to say, I'm not impressed with the gameplay. And, I mean, I never played the original anyway, but I didn't play it because I saw it and go, not interested. And here I am going with the remake going, still not interested. So, another big announcement, looks like they haven't really said if it's an expansion. Oh, it is an expansion. Sorry. Capcom's new Iceborne expansion for Monster Hunter World drops September 6th. And, of course, this is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
And PC.
And the PC will come to Steam sometime this winter, sir.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. I just needed you to acknowledge the fact that
yes.
the superior version, the 60 frames per second.
Yes, will come later when everybody's already beat it.
Exactly. Just like Monster Hunter did.
Yes, exactly. Monster Hunter World Iceborne will be a massive expansion, Capcom said, and will feature a new story, new locale, new monsters to battle. Iceborne will also bring back some favorites from previous games, such as Nargacuga from the Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Iceborne will send players to a snowy Hoarfrost Reach, said to be the largest region in Monster Hunter World so far.
Interesting.
It does look interesting. Of course, there's a lot of snow, so everything looks really interesting. It gave me a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is cool.
The Frozen Wild.
Yes.
Great game.
Looks very good. Of course, it will. The standalone expansion will cost $39.99. It is standalone, so you don't need to have the original.
Okay.
Of course, you can buy the main game and the expansion as a bundle for $60.
How's your interest level on this one? Is this a day one or a day someday?
This is fairly close. Again, I mean, there really isn't much outcoming that I can see so far. But when I saw this, I was like, yes, I can get back into some Monster Hunter World. It's been a bit, and I really did enjoy my time with Monster Hunter World. And the last piece that they no, not the last bit. They have a couple other pieces, but they were more smaller indie titles. They did announce a new bundle collector's edition PlayStation you can buy, which is limited edition.
For what?
It look.
I mean, what is it? What's the theme of it? Or is it just PlayStation?
Oh,
PlayStation?
Days of Play. It's a Days of Play. It's just it's like a bluish color. It's okay.
That's cool.
It wasn't. That impressive.
I do. I like special edition consoles. I just don't know how they look when you put them like on a TV stand or something like that, where everything is all your other components are black and sleek and cool looking. And then you have this like
the Spider-Man
colorful thing.
The Spider-Man PlayStation 4 is
Spider-Man,
like bright red.
Which gorgeous, mind you.
Yes, definitely.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like I like it, but I hate the fact that it's gonna be the eyesore of the whole.
Is it an eyesore though? It's,
no, I guess
it could be the centerpiece.
It could be the centerpiece. There you go. I like the way you think. Yeah. Okay.
I still like that other one, the see-through one that they had, the dark blue. Oh,
that was a very nice one. See, that one is like perfect anywhere. That's the perfect combination.
It really fits anywhere.
You know which one I like? Believe it or not, the remember when they did the 20th anniversary?
Yes.
I like that one a lot.
I did too.
Yeah.
It had the original gray.
Yeah, original gray of the PlayStation and the theme.
The theme,
the actual theme was the PlayStation, the original PlayStation theme is like, oh man,
that's so cool. It's a shame, but they were like gone. Like that's the problem with those collections, man. When they get announced and go out, you got to be there to get them, and it's like, man, I ain't got time for that shit. The last major thing they announced is, of course, hey, don't fret. Final Fantasy VII Remake is still happening. They showed off. They had another. It's not a very long trailer. It showed off a little bit of gameplay, which I had already seen. Apparently, you haven't seen.
No, I saw
it. Before this, though.
Oh, the previous. Yeah. I was wondering, like, okay, so this is trailer. The first trailer where I see actual gameplay of it, and you were what meaning like the HUD and everything, and you were like, oh no, they had a trailer.
Yeah,
they showed that. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it was a while. Look it up.
How did I miss that?
Because you had zero interest in it. I think that's what it was.
I wouldn't say. Well, all right. Let me clarify. I don't have faith in Square Enix delivering. On this proper. That said, I did like what I saw, and I'm intrigued. And why I say I have zero to say is because hey, I played Final Fantasy, 13. And 15, which is like the last two,
the two major ones,
major single player ones, and they were god awful. I'm sorry, 15 and 15 even worse. The support for PC got dropped. Like suddenly it's like, well, we're not gonna bring the DLC, that promise, and have a nice life. Like,
and
what
we're out.
The fuck? Exactly. It's like. Not only, at least we were hoping because you did a very good version. Like the port of it on PC was, I wouldn't say it was optimized proper, but it looked great. It ran great. If you have a beefy machine, it ran great. But it doesn't matter. The game was not great. Mm-hmm. The game was bad.
I still want to maybe go back and try it. I'm just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Obviously on a sale, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I am very still into Final Fantasy VII is my favorite. Mm-hmm. That's not a secret. Mm-hmm. And sure, you can put me into the boat that goes, oh, you went with the most popular one, whatever. It's the one that got me in.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I never played Final Fantasy VI, aka Final Fantasy III, until after that. Right, because it just never, when it was on Super Nintendo, I just wasn't into that type of game.
Yeah.
So Final Fantasy VII was a movement. It brought many people into that genre.
Yeah.
And I was one of them. And the story to me was great. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best. I get it. It's not the best story. To me, I felt. No, Cloud as a character wasn't very good.
No.
But the other characters around him, I enjoyed. The whole Eris thing, I'm not going to get into. Still to date is a painful pain point in my life.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like the character was almost like not believable because in this trailer especially.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
It's like, oh, I bumped into you. Here, have a flower, and Cloud goes like, a flower?
Well, it's stupid,
I'm
but that's
concerned.
Exactly what
I know.
How it was.
I know. But hey, if you're remaking this and you are changing a lot of things, you better freaking change the stupid dialogue because that dialogue is not gonna cut it.
So-
all right, this
so-
absolutely not
True, but here's it's a thin line they have to walk on this.
No,
Let's be
no,
real.
no.
It
This-
is
they
because you
cannot-
have people you know for a fact you have people who are like diehard, like they're already upset that they changed the actual battle system.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So now it's like, okay, we have to update the battle system because we cannot be cannot have the.
But that's-
now that let's give them the story. Let's not change anything from the actual.
I'm not saying
whatever.
I'm not saying changing the story. I'm saying
I'm saying change the script.
the
That's
script.
not even
No,
change the-
it needs to.
I agree.
Otherwise,
I
you'll
agree.
be half-assing it. Otherwise, you'll be half-assing it, and everybody that doesn't believe that is not a true fan of Final Fantasy.
I agree.
7.
I'm just saying they have to give something to those who want. You know what I mean?
Oh my
And it's
God!
like-
Then this will be a
and
train wreck. Then
it might. But
It's
I'm
like
still interested.
imagine if the remake of Resident Evil had the Jill sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah, imagine if they kept that.
I-
Because we need to give it for the players. You can't do that.
I
And
agree.
Square is not gonna do. They can't.
I agree.
But what they have shown so far on this trailer, as far as the script, it's not giving me a lot of hope either.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
There's a couple characters that was like, oh, and then of course you hear Barrett. I'm like,
Ooh, yeah.
I prefer the Barrett I had in my head back in the day.
Me too. I was literally gonna say that, but you know about whom? About Sephiroth. This voice is not cutting it for Sephiroth. For the one wing angel, come on, man. You cannot just make it talk like some goth emo.
I might
guy.
just I hope
Which is what he is. but-
Here's the one thing I can almost say that will maybe make it okay. I said, please include a Japanese track. Just let it
There you go.
happen,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll
there
be
you go.
okay with
But
it.
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And just leave
please.
the subtitles, and I'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be 100%
I'll be all right.
with that. Yeah, I'll be down. All right. So speaking of of highly anticipated, highly beloved titles, I would say, because this game is out. So EA, you already know it's gonna start well when it start with EA. EA reflects on Anthem, which did not meet expectations. Stop me if you heard this, by the way.
Kale Surprise.
Much has been written, and this is a courtesy, by the way, of Eurogamer. Much has been written about Anthem's rocky path through development, shaky launch, and the recently reshuffling of post-launch plans as developer BioWare continues to try and save its struggling online game. Now, publisher EA has waded in with its take on the financial side of things. It's not great, but actually, it's not all that bad either.
Yeah.
The quote, I believe it says, let's get the bad stuff out of the way first. So it says, Anthem underperformed our expectations. EA executive Blake Jorgensen said during the company's investor call last night, or when it happened. This seems to be the overall vibe. It says, the launch of Anthem did not meet our expectations. EA boss Andrew Wilson also confirmed at one point. EA had, perhaps wisely, never bet big on Anthem delivering immediate profits. Its expectations were conservative, and yet Anthem did not meet this. They didn't even meet the conservative
Numbers either.
that they had. They were thinking. But EA also made it clear to investors that it will still be spending money to support Anthem for the foreseeable future. Also, that it still had confidence in BioWare, a developer which has now suffered to 2 flops on the trot. And I do not believe that for a second. I think I think I called it already, so this is not new news.
No,
that we have BioWare on that watch. That's just me. This is just me commenting. The quote says, "We're committed to the live service of Anthem and delivering for our company in this new IP over the long term." Wilson later added, "We believe the team BioWare. We believe in the team of BioWare, and we also believe in what they set out to achieve with this game, building a new IP and melding genres to reach a new audience." It goes to say EA's revenue from the full game download was up 10% year on year, something the publisher has said has been driven by the launch of Anthem and by the ongoing shift to digital. Almost half, 49% of full game sales on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Xbox One were sold digitally during the last financial quarter. This again, a stat boosted by Anthem. And then the quote says, judging from the sales so far, Anthem is the most digital game we've ever launched. Well, at least they can say that, you know.
Yeah.
One interesting thing that I saw, it continues here. It says, one last point of interest came from Andrew Wilson's response to the query on how the launches of the games like Anthem and Star Wars Battlefront 2, which, remember, had its own drama, may affect big-budget EA releases going forward, with Wilson suggesting a mobile-style soft launch for big-budget games. It also comes down to changing how we launch games and how we roll out, and you should expect we'll start to test things with soft launches. Jesus Christ, Andrew Wilson, and Not Better by David Santos. It's the same things you see in the mobile space right now. So in other words, they're basically saying, you know, launch it on like a territory first, you know, and then from there, you know, work out the kinks and expand. Yeah. And it says, and it also comes down to how on changing how we communicate with players. And our entire marketing organization is now moving out of presentation mode and into conversation mode and changing how we interact with players over time. If I understand, they're trying to foster a little bit more of communication with
their fans.
With the fans. Yeah. Which I don't know, but like, what else are you gonna do? Are you gonna start calling them? Like, I thought that's the whole point of the community managers. You know, that they have for every game that is out, like, and their Twitter account. Like, you know, what is maybe more transparency on what's coming, perhaps. You know, who knows?
Perhaps. I've already said I have a vote of zero confidence on EA. You can now throw BioWare into that mix as well. And yes, I believe that they are, unfortunately, on a closing watch. I mean, at this point, all they have left is Respawn. And God bless Respawn.
Yeah, God bless.
Because,
no pressure, guys. Yeah. And I know you guys don't like the crunch. But hey, this this Apex it's starting to lose some players, and you guys are not producing fast enough. We're gonna have to take the whip out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll be ashamed.
My next piece, Division 2 news, sir. Do you still play Division 2?
I haven't played it in a while. Yeah.
Well, the developers for the Division 2 have shelved plans to implement higher level weapon and gear, the so-called 515 gear that was originally planned to arrive in next week's title update 3.
Oh, thank God.
Today, developers walked back that decision, acknowledging a widespread community reaction against the gear for what it would mean to work what it would mean to the work many put into collecting and upgrading their inventories in the loot shooter already. Writing on Ubisoft's official blog, Massive Entertainment developer acknowledged that items at the current maximum gear score of 500 would have been outdated immediately.
Yeah, like right away.
And all the effort you put into min-maxing and farming your builds would have been wasted. That aligned with the first and most consistent complaint of the anti-515 crowd. I'm not going to go into more on that, but you can look that up. This is an article on Polygon by Owen S. Good, and it goes into more detail. Very smart move is what I can say there. I'm a little, maybe not surprised. I guess I shouldn't be surprised when it comes to this, but I mean, I'm a little bit like, why didn't you think this would roll correctly?
This was a good idea in the first place. So you're releasing you have a hard the cap, right?
Yeah.
You know,
level
everybody cap. Everybody's reaching that level cap. Everybody now that they have reached that level cap, they're min-maxing their loadouts, they're farming, they're grinding to get characters to get ready for this next content piece that is coming.
Which, by the way, is right around the corner. A raid that's coming, and you're literally just gonna.
Yeah, exactly. And, oh, by the way, guys, you know, it turns out we're gonna raise the level, the item level cap more to 15. So everything you have worked so far to achieve now is vendor trash.
Yes, basically.
Yeah,
and you probably can't even get enough when you trade it.
It is. I don't know.
Smart move on not letting it happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? At least We'll give him that much.
Absolutely. All right, so this next piece, I don't even know, man. There's no jokes on this one. It's just like
sorry. I take
fucking
back my laugh.
this. It's sad. It's laughable. The state of the game of some of the major players of the gaming community, which abuse their position of influence for some like very messed up and mischievous deeds. So, YouTuber, this is a famous YouTuber also, Pro Jared, accused of sexually soliciting fans. Some of them underage.
Oh, Jesus.
Jared Navenbauer, a gaming YouTuber who had over 1 million subscribers before yesterday's event, has been accused of sending nudes to and soliciting nudes from fans, two of whom they say they were underage at the time of the solicitation. The allegations were first published last night by his wife, artist and cosplayer Heidi O'Farrell, who is also accusing him of having cheated on her. Navenbauer has long... Oh, by the way, this is courtesy of Kotaku, I should say. Navenbauer has long been an installation in the YouTube gaming world where he posts Let's Plays and game reviews, and most notably, his 1-minute review series. Navenbauer first started climbing the ranks of YouTube fame around 2013, and since then have collaborated with other YouTube superstars like Jontron Jafari, the game's Grumps, and even D&D publisher Wizard of the Coast. It says last night on Twitter, or 2 nights ago, I should say then, by the time of recording, Navenbauer announced his upcoming divorce from Overall. Shortly afterwards, she published a series of tweets alleging adultery. In those tweets, O'Farrell wrote that her husband, quote, has been soliciting nudes from his fans for years.
Wow.
I was there in the beginning. It was a joke on Tumblr. Then it was its own Tumblr account for just nudes. It was ostensibly a body-positive space for consenting adults. I approve on that basis. Since last night, at least 7 Navenbauer fans have come forward to say that they were either sent naked pictures to or received naked pictures from the YouTuber. 2 of these fans says they were 16 years old at the time of this exchange. Several of Navenbauer's lewd images are now circulating on Twitter and Reddit.
Wow.
So this is not a case of, there are allegations of... No, these are... by the way, here are the pictures. Mm-hmm. The memes have started, the meme machine. Let's just say, on the meme machines, of course, what gets memed out, of course, it gets covered and it gets changed. Like his dick will be a joystick, for example, something like that. You know, it's meant to be like, and it'll say something along the lines of Pro Jared, testing the new console or something like that. It's stupid stuff like that, but you can see the nature of the pictures, So it's like, holy shit, man! There's no escaping this one.
Yeah.
Navenbauer has been open about having received lewd images from fans on his Tumblr. However, some of those fans are now expressing regret about how the photos exchange occurred and pointing out the imbalance of power dynamics between fans and celebrity. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say anything. I think that's you. All right, everybody should be responsible for their deeds. And yes, of course, his solicitation, that's fucked up. But you consenting to such solicitation and then being like, "Well, I regret doing this." Yeah, that's fine. But now it's almost like you had a part of. I don't know. I don't want to sound like.
I know what you
I don't want to sound like her because I'm not trying to say that for example, like a rape victim was, you dressed provocatively, so therefore you had it coming. I'm not saying that fucking all. And whoever tries to misquote me on that, you will hear from my lawyers. Joe Spiderman, #1 lawyer in the state of Florida. No, what I'm trying to say is that yes, these allegations are terrible. What this guy is doing, this is jail time or
Yeah.
this should be jail time. I don't care if it's like, oh, well, this was consenting. Well, there were minors involved. You're fucked up already.
Yep.
All right.
You already messed up.
Yeah. You're already messed up on that part. So let it be clear. Let it be clear on that. Okay. So if all parties are of age, it is not illegal or even necessarily inappropriate for a famous YouTuber to trade nudes with fans. But these solicitations can involve a power imbalance that places pressure on the fan. Overall, described this particular situation as an abuse of power on part of her husband. I used to think that among consenting adults it was fine, she said. Now I see that it's an abuse of power for him to intentionally manipulate anyone to show him their naked body on the basis of he's a popular internet man. I would like to apologize for my role in enabling this. And then there's a parenthesis that says, in the past, when a fan asked overall whether receiving news bothered her, she had said, no, he shows them to me, and we high five about it. So, yeah. And there's, there is tons more. I mean, it will be the whole podcast to go into it, but you guys get the idea. This is like the fundamental problem of it, of course, is that fan relation, that celebrity fan relationship, right? At one point, like, dude, you could be a fan of, the biggest celebrity, but would you be doing everything that he or she says? Probably not, if you respect yourself and have a little bit of dignity,
Yeah.
It gets carried away like that, you end up doing shit like this, and fuck him. Honestly,
ruining lives.
Fuck
and
this
ruining
guy.
your own life.
He's already losing a bunch of
sponsors.
I would say, sponsors, subscribers. I mean, his career should probably be over.
I'm sure it is.
At
least at the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
My next piece, John Wick.
Oh,
is getting a gung fu strategy game.
Huh?
Yes.
That sounds weird.
John Wick is getting his own video game, and in a fascinating but brilliant twist, it is a strategy game called John Wick Hex. It's coming to console and PC platforms and is in development at Bithell Games, the creators of Volume and Subsurface Circular. Bithell and publisher Good Shepherd Entertainment described John Wick Hex as a fast-paced, action-oriented strategy game that makes you think and strike like John Wick.
I don't know if they should be calling it John Wick Hex, because that sounds terrible as a name.
The name is definitely troublesome.
Yeah,
that was developed with input from the film's creative and stunt teams. They say that every action in John Wick Hex will have cost and consequence, requiring precise strategic thinking. Similar to the gung fu action of the films, ammo will be finite and realistically simulated, meaning the players will have to plan their reloading carefully and scavenge weapons from downed foes. John Wick Hex will be released for unspecified consoles and Mac and Windows PC through the Epic Games Store. A release date has not been announced. However, the latest film in the franchise, John Wick 3 Parabellum, hits movie theaters a week from today, May 17th.
A week from today. And join their Kickstarter campaign or their GoFundMe.
GoFundMe?
Yeah. No,
this is not a trailer. Have you seen the trailer?
This is not a crowdfunded game. Obviously, I'm joking about that, right?
Yeah.
This is actually
publisher, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. No, I haven't seen it. Does it look interesting?
Yeah. It does. It's cel-shaded. Had a little cartoony look to it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I saw screenshots of it, but the gameplay, does it show gameplay?
It does show a little gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it
It seems like it's strategy just similar to XCOM. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like XCOM.
I know.
A whole lot. XCOM 2 maybe not so much.
You like XCOM 2. You found it too hard.
Yeah, I do. I hate to admit it. Nintendo E3. All right, let's talk about new consoles. Oh wait, we already said nothing is coming.
Hence the reason.
Yeah, hence the reason you pull the trigger. Nintendo's E3, Nintendo Direct to be focused entirely on software to be released in 2019. Nintendo will host its annual E3 Nintendo Direct on June 11, and the focus will be entirely on software. Don't expect news on the rumored Switch queues then, apparently. The Nintendo Direct E3 2019 presentation will take place on the morning of Tuesday, June 11, and will be followed by its first day of Treehouse live streams. You can also watch the Nintendo Direct. It is going to be, let's just say, it is going to be streamed in many different places.
I'm sure it is.
Yes. Ahead of E3 2019, Nintendo will host 2 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 3v3 and Platoon 2 competitions on Saturday, June 8th. Both events will feature players from North America, Europe, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. So, it's...
Not surprised. Yeah.
Really, I'm a little bit surprised because, with all the rumors of the Nintendo SKUs, they sounded
legit.
It sounded legit to the point where I not doubt that they're not legitimate. I was, as a fact, I will bet high money that they are. I'm just saying that it struck me as odd that there's no announcement, not even for the little Nintendo, for the little Switch that were the more portable Switch,
the more portable.
That were considering.
It may still be coming, just not for E3.
True. Well, that's what I'm hoping, because the perfect game for that is right around the corner, which is one of the Pokemons, Pokemon Sword and Shield, or whatever they decided to call it.
But they're gonna bundle that
with what?
With I don't know, something.
No.
They're gonna create one with the yellow controllers.
No.
And there you go.
But it wouldn't make. I wouldn't say it wouldn't make sense. Obviously, it makes sense to bundle with the Switch, but it would have been perfect. It would have played perfectly with a smaller Switch. With a more portable Switch. I can see Switch owners even jumping and getting that one.
What I think they'll probably do, and this is just me, because the next one is Sword and Shield, right?
Right.
So occasionally there's, like, for instance, Red and Blue had the separate one that was yellow, right? And then they have other ones that kind of did the same too. So if they still do something like that now, and then they release this shorter version with the spin-off, I can see them doing that.
Sword and Shield and Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. It'll just be called Gauntlet.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Helmet. Or I don't know. Or Armor. Yeah.
There you go. Sword, Shield, and Armor. There you go.
Exactly.
Thank you.
My last piece, guys, is interesting, probably only to me, but I'm going to share it with you guys anyway.
So keep those stories to yourself.
The Watchmen. Have you ever seen the movie The Watchmen?
I have not seen The Watchmen.
Are you aware of what The Watchmen is?
I am vaguely aware of somebody watching me.
So, somebody's watching me. So, Alan Moore had probably released one of the, I would say one of the best comic books of all time back in the 80s, called The Watchmen. And then, of course, it got made into a film. Zack Snyder actually made it into film, and to me personally, I enjoyed it a lot. You know what I mean? I'm probably an apologist of the film, but I, for the most part, enjoyed it a lot. It's very visually satisfying film. It's well done. It keeps fairly close to the comic as well, especially visually. And yes, there are some moments that are completely changed, which I get it. It's a big thing. But anyway, HBO recently released a first trailer of the Watchmen TV series that they're planning. It's a spinoff, and it's actually taking place post the Dr. Manhattan universe. Arguably, the big ticket item in HBO's 2019 new slate is Damon Lindelof's Watchmen, based on the Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons graphic novel of the same name. Though a few details have come to light, the series will be set in present day and won't be a direct adaptation of the comic. The show has mostly been shrouded in mystery. The first trailer for the series paints a slightly clearer picture of what the show will be about, though it still raises, of course, a few questions, which, of course, will be answered later. Of course, I will share the trailer with you guys on the group so you guys can see it. The imagery we associate with the characters of the Watchmen seem to have been appropriated by the populace, with Rorschach hood being used by a military cult, and Silk Spectre's yellow and black color spectrum incorporated into the police uniform. So, if you've read the comic or you've seen the movie, you know who these characters are. Some of the Rorschach is probably my favorite character in the. You should definitely watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Anyway, There, no concrete premiere date, but it is set to debut this fall. And again, I'll show the trailer, and yeah, I'm kind of excited for it.
That seems very cool. Okay,
It's
so I should be putting on my list. Then.
The Watchmen definitely you should, because it's like think of the 80s. It takes place in the 80s, right? And it's a time where very similar to the Superman versus Batman, not the movie, the comic and the animated one that you saw, where superheroes were told you're done.
Yeah.
In this case, they weren't called superheroes; they're just called heroes. Yeah, the heroes have to go, and they were a group called the Watchmen. And at some point, people rebelled against them, saying, "Who watches the Watchmen?" Right? Yeah, they're protecting us, but who's watching what they do?
Yeah.
And it becomes this big deal. It's actually really, really well made. And anyway, by the time you get to the actual movie, they have been disbanded for a while, and then little by little they end up coming back. But it's pretty cool. You should check it out.
Awesome. Yeah. So this next two final pieces that I have is kind of like my own commentary, actually. Although one of them is based on this GameSpot reveal of the Rage 2 Walmart E3 leaks gets immortalized with a giveaway.
Wow.
Well, they basically it's I'm not gonna go into the details of it, but you remember last year,
yes,
where there was a leak, a Walmart in Canada online, it leaked the existence of various Bethesda projects, amongst them
Rage 2, which everyone at the time going,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Of all the, like, it mentions all the projects by name. Of all the names, because some of them were like, oh yeah, I can see that happening. Oh yeah, of course, that's in the works. And then you hear Rage 2 and you're like, never mind. This is fake.
Who asked for Rage? Yeah, at that point,
this is fake.
Threw the criticism.
This is so ridiculous
there's no way.
And far-fetched. So it turns out that Rage was actually the
all of them,
the most interesting one, I would say, of all of them. Well, they immortalized. Yeah, this today being the 1 year anniversary of it, they're doing a giveaway, and they created some exclusive Xbox One controllers.
Oh,
and Sarah, I want you to look at these controllers.
Oh boy,
they're basically the Walmart page, the Walmart page where it showed the leak.
Yeah,
that's the design of the controller.
Wow.
So it is.
That's for. I'm not even sure who that's for. I mean, that's
it is stupid, but I want one.
Really? Come on.
It's so stupid. It is great.
Yes. Especially not at $60 for a controller. Come on.
Well, I mean, that's the cost. That's the cost. First of all, these are not for sale. These are not for sale.
Oh, so they're giveaway.
Yeah. But if they were, like, I'll be looking at them hard, bro. It's just funny.
Stop. It is humorous, but it's. I mean.
It is,
yeah.
and
it looks like basically the Walmart page.
All right,
it has the shopping page. Yeah,
with the leak.
With the leak.
With the leak. Let's put it this way: I already have enough Xbox controllers, so I wouldn't get this one in addition. But if I only had one, or maybe none, I would jump on this because that site is really.
Honestly, with the Xbox Labs, the controller labs that they have, I'd go to that before.
Well, you can create your controller, right?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is actually pretty nice. And the other one is not even news, but it's something that I posted on the group because it struck to me as hilarious that Microsoft's new strategy seems to be like they post something on. Let me tell you what they did. They changed their Facebook photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Haha, big deal. That's not news.
Yeah.
What made it humorous to me at the very least was the fact that immediately you see a bunch of comments, like a plethora of comments. It's like saying,
"Oh, nice picture. Oh,
this is cool. This is cool, Xbox. Thanks for the share." But except that every comment from different people was exactly the same. This is cool, Xbox. Thanks for the share. This is cool, Xbox. Thanks for the share. Oh, this is a cool picture, Xbox. Awesome. Thanks for the share.
Wow.
This is like what happened. I don't know. It was funny to me that they will post anything, and then they will employ bots basically.
Yeah.
This is what they were.
It has to be.
To post for them to create a bot. Because I believe the idea is you get, let's say you get 100 comments. Well, now you have a thing with 100 comments. There's a bigger chance that that Facebook is gonna
notice
it's basically
it.
playing
Notice
that,
it and
it's
move it up,
basically playing exactly basically the ranking system of
The algorithm.
the algorithm. Exactly, playing the algorithm. That's what it does. So it's like, really, Microsoft, like, how much desperate can you be in this case? It's like, whenever I see you're making some good strides here and there, and then you pull through shit like this. It's just funny. And if it's not, was not the case, then clarify, because that shit looks ridiculous.
I'm sure that is the case.
Yeah.
The reason they haven't clarified is because, well, we can't say anything.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't.
Secondly, that's clearly their social media person,
Yeah,
right? So I was like, dude, come on.
He created, like, hundreds.
Whoever's running their social media is like, dude, you could have done anything else, but no, you had to do this, and of course,
you have to do the hundreds and hundreds of accounts just for that. Anyway, it just looks so stupid. Beautiful. This is what it says. Beautiful. Thanks for the share, Xbox. Beautiful. Thanks for the share, Xbox.
Thanks for the share. Who says
beautiful.
that?
Thanks for the share, Xbox. and it just goes on and on. Very cool, Xbox. Thanks. And addressing Xbox as if it was a person.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Xbox. Very cool. Thanks, very cool, Xbox. And it just goes on.
Wow.
Yeah. I think someone posted like Microsoft uploads of pictures and bots. Thank you, master. And then someone posted something about PlayStation, which was also hilarious. But anyway, that's not news. It was just something
silly.
That it was silly. I had to take a bunch of pictures and post it because it looked stupid.
It was hilarious. Yeah. All right, guys, we'll be right back with our
hot topic.
Welcome back, guys. And it is time for us to go in to the hot topic. This week's hot topic, again, guys, we are previewing the E3 press conferences and shows that are coming in June 10th, I believe.
Hence the excitement.
Yes, hence the screaming.
Yes.
Hence the holy crap is happening. Yes.
What's your hype level for this E3?
In all honestly, it's not obviously it's not as high because Sony's not going to be there. Although I still hold hope that a random state of play pops up out of nowhere, because they say they're not going to be at E3 or anywhere around E3. Doesn't mean they don't do a state of play just like the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
and just,
but is it a state of play? Like, you saw the state of play. Yeah, big announcement was Final Fantasy. That was 15 minutes. Is that what we want for an E3?
No, but I mean, let's be real. Nintendo Directs aren't very long until their E3 Nintendo Direct.
Right.
Then you have a nice lengthy E3 show.
Yeah, right.
So we can probably see something like that. I don't know,
so.
And they may not do anything. They might drop it the day the day of the very last day. Just here you go, bloop, and they might not do anything at all. I don't know, but
announcement, just a software, just a hardware announcement. Not announcement, but like specs and stuff like. I mean, they almost did.
They already did though. They've already released the information.
Give us a little bit more, just to have them on the conversation and to sour the Xbox grapes.
No, that's messed up. That is so wrong.
I know, I know, but I don't like the idea of Sony. And listen, I'm not a Sony fanboy. I am a fan of this generation Sony.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a fan of PlayStation generation Sony, but I wasn't a hater either because I don't do the fanboy stuff. Anyway,
I don't do the fanboy stuff either. I just generally, because I mean, I got the Switch now, right?
Right.
And in my head, I'm not even going to touch it because I'm playing Sekiro, and I'm not stopping Sekiro. So it's literally going to be there doing nothing for the next few weeks. So I'm like,
until you get Mario, and then that's the end.
I mean, or until I stop playing. I mean, I don't know if I'll be. My plan is to beat Sekiro.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm going to get to it. I feel like it's getting a little grindy now and stuff like that. But that's fine. I'm still enjoying my time with it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I don't want to quit. And there's really nothing pulling me away, especially on the Switch right now.
Yeah,
That has nothing but 1-2 switch.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
But realistically, I prefer to be in an ecosystem that I can get the most out of instead of leaping between whatever.
Right.
So anyway, to answer your question though, I am optimistic about this E3. I really, really think that the ball is in Microsoft's court. There is absolutely no reason to not come out guns blazing, showing everything, whatever you can. You have a bunch of new studios. You tell them, look, we need the best looking vertical slice of whatever the hell you're working on. This needs to be, guys, be excited for Xbox 2, 3, whatever the hell it is. Yeah. So
the next Xbox stream,
or the next Xbox,
or whatever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. So I hope they really, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my the biggest excitement that I have for it.
Yeah.
And not even interested in getting anything from them anyway, but I want them to come back. I want them to compete, you know what I mean? And it just feels like they haven't competed at all this entire I mean, they started off with some stuff and it just tapered out to nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for anybody who's an Xbox owner. I'm not trying. This is literally not me trying to make fun or anything like that. It's just, you got to be honest. When you look at the exclusive popping up on the other side, you got to be like, man, what is up? Why am I just dealing with Sea of Thieves? And not to say Sea of Thieves is a bad game. I'm just saying that's all I have for recently.
Crackdown
right?
didn't do it.
Crackdown 3 didn't do it. And yes, you have people who like it. I get it. But anyway, that's my excitement. How's your excitement for it?
I'm not feeling it as much.
You're like, fuck it.
Just because
I just take the day off.
I'll tell you what it is. It feels like the time, like, remember the time in I think it might have been 2009, 2010 maybe. I might be misremembering, but those E3s that were very subsided, very soft. They're like, there was not
they're in
the
between,
bombastic announcements or anything like that.
They're towards the end of a generation,
right?
Or the beginning of a generation, toward the end of a generation.
Yeah.
Where they kind of held off a lot of stuff because they're like, well, we don't want to announce a new console yet.
Right.
And we don't want to show this off. And that's kind of what we're at now, which is why Sony's not there.
Right.
They have nothing to talk about.
This, So and I am, just like you, I'm very curious to see what Microsoft have, to show. It is exciting. Don't get me wrong. It is exciting to hear the possibility of their next console. Like, that should be a big thing.
It should be, yeah.
That
absolutely.
That should be.
They're not in a rush, but yeah.
Head turners for people, unless you are like strictly into Sony's camp, which is, in that case you're probably not going to care. You're probably just going to wait to see what Sony has to say. But because of the sudden change in the gaming environment, as far as the new technologies, the streaming technologies, and all that, and having a new player like Google, it's planning itself to be, centering itself to be. Yeah. It's not to say that it's not going to be an interesting E3. It definitely will. It definitely will be.
It will be different.
It just feels empty. Believe it or not, even the companies that I care nothing that their games have nothing but disappointed lately. E3, EA.
Yes.
Even those, not having them feels empty. I mean, I felt that way when Konami was no longer showing, and fuck Konami, So it's definitely it makes me a little concerned about the health of this gathering, of what do we call this, an event, yeah, because I think a lot more companies are realizing that they don't need to spend the money,
and it's expensive. And don't get me wrong, it's not like they can't afford it.
He said
if they don't have to, then why would you spend millions upon millions to do it?
When you can either have the stage share with a bunch of other companies, or just have your own event, like little by little all the other companies are doing, and have them at your own time. That's why I really hate this idea of Sony doing Nintendo Directs. Sony said, I don't like this because I feel like if they could get used to this, to the point where, okay, now everything is going to be this, and somehow this doesn't feel... I get it. It's not like the messages will change. It's not like like that.
The message still gets the same way. It's just it's less bombastic,
and it's gonna be around. And it's gonna be around the year. You know, throughout the year, which might be even more beneficial. But God damn it, I want my E3. I want my holiday.
I hear you. I hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk today about a few of the presents.
Yes.
The ones that are going to be present.
Well, let's start off with one who's also kind of ditching the traditional press conference. EA Play will unofficially kick things off this year. They will be essentially live streaming. It's going to be a multi-day event running from June 7th through the 9th and will feature new gameplay footage and announcements throughout. So starting with EA, sir. What do you expect from them? Let's see what they have.
I need to hear, because what do I expect from EA? That's like saying, like, well, you know, this person is being like incarcerated, you know, and he broke parole. He's being incarcerated again. Like, what can you expect from this person? Not that I have anything wrong against people that have been incarcerated, of course.
No.
Anything can turn, and so can EA, mind you.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like,
Can they, though? No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? There was a year, believe it or not, or actually, you should believe it because you lived it. Mm-hmm. There was a year where EA looked like they were changing things, where they were changing things a bit. They were taking risk, and we saw games like Mirror's Edge. We saw games like Dead Space. We saw
they were definitely taking more chances. But you know, the problem is here that they literally said, "Hey, why put so much money into this game to get back this amount when we can just do a few games, make them, you know, a service, and have an endless revenue stream."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the problem with that is that they did that with everything. You know, it's like everything has to be this.
Their sports
titles are basically doing the same thing. Yeah. You know, they've been doing that. Technically, they've been doing that shit for a while.
Well, started there.
Yeah.
Most, you know.
So, and that was the deal. And it suddenly became less about the product and more about that revenue stream.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Anthem is a perfect example of that. Yeah. Battlefront is a perfect example of that. And Battlefront 2 is a perfect example of that. All of it. It's like it's all half-assed. It's all meant to be. We're gonna nickel and dime you until whatever. And it's the problem with EA that is so obvious. You know what I mean? It's just literally out there in front. It's like, dude, we see what you're doing here. And we can see the puppet strings. Like, you know what I mean?
We should have Mass Effect 3, which is gonna have a multiplayer component where you can spend money. Just because.
Because, why not?
Just because, yeah.
So here's what we know so far. First off, they did have all the sports games, right? Because that's going to be clear. You're going to have your Madden, you're going to have your FIFA, whatever else that they have in the camp of sports.
Your cricket,
cricket too. Sea of Solitude, which they did show off last year a little bit. Here, I'll show you the image. Maybe that reminds you of it.
That looks vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it looks like a sort of an indie type of title. Obviously not indie, but you know what I mean. It looks like one of those smaller titles.
any title in the studio, EA.
Exactly. And then of course the juggernaut, the one that's meant to save them all. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, let's be real. I don't mean to. So I don't mean to put this much weight on Respawn's shoulders.
You're not the one putting the weight on it.
Okay, but let's be real here. Right? It doesn't appear as Anthem's going to have the legs that they wanted to have. Okay?
I think this is the year where they cut support for Anthem. Sorry, but it's a shame. It's EA.
Yeah, and I see it. There's just nothing else you can do. Mm-hmm. So.
Remember how excited people were about when it was announced?
Yes,
it looked beautiful.
I mean, I remember when we first saw the trailer at the Xbox conference. Dude, I was in shock. I was like, dude, did he just fly into the water and keep going. I'm like, holy crap, that's beautiful.
This is next gen.
Little
Oh
do
my
they
God.
know that as soon as you get into the water, you have a load screen.
Yeah.
So,
Loading the water.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that's probably their biggest one that they will be spending a lot of time on. They actually already announced that they would.
Yeah. I need to.
Are
see-
you excited for this? I know you.
For
I know
this
you're a
one,
Respawn.
I am
believer.
a Respawn. I am a firm believer in Respawn.
Yes.
They have yet to disappoint me.
Fair enough. I think they have yet to disappoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, even the original offering of
Sales
Titanfall
wise,
1.
that may be
Oh,
different,
yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah,
that-
but
that's-
when
yeah.
it comes critically, yes.
Let's be clear. They have disappointed EA, but it was because EA's fault.
Yeah, exactly. And how much?
still
How
will
much?
blame them.
And how much are they expecting? As what's the?
Oh, on
the
this
whole-
one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was like, what was it, like 6
8
to 8
million,
million?
something like that.
Yeah. Some like unrealistic bullshit. Again.
8 million units of this. They're already saying that this is what their expectations are.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's a huge line.
That's already putting them in a predicament. I mean, the marketing
here's
will
the-
have to be godlike
Ridiculous.
on it.
That's one. Two.
The gameplay will have to be godlike on it.
The critical reception has to be godlike on
Yeah,
it. One,
right.
okay. And here's the problem with it. Everything. See, they almost dug themselves a hole here because with all their prior crappy Star Wars games, it's like, okay, so anything Star Wars, we're really not going to buy into.
Yeah.
So here will probably come a good Star Wars game and not hit the numbers because of
Because of the
prior
crappy
Star
one.
Wars game.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like again, Respawn is going to fall victim to something that is not even their fault. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
absolutely.
Because that was what happened with Titanfall 2, right?
Yeah.
It was released at a time that, hello guys, release it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why would you put it
Battlefield
between
1 and Call of Duty, whatever it was that Call of Duty that
their
year.
own game that sells,
Their own game.
and a competitor that
Yeah.
sells. And we'll just throw it here in the middle because whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then later on, we'll talk about how they didn't meet expectations.
You could do a push like you did for Anthem, but then to show that what you have is not like that you have is not all smoke and mirrors, right?
Well, they will. I mean, Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 had huge pushes. They were pushing the hell out of that.
Yeah,
It still wasn't a good game.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
No.
It still fell short of an actual good game.
yeah. But those were like DICE developed, and even BioWare with
true.
Mass Effect.
Fair enough. That's absolutely fair
Andromeda.
enough. What I'm saying is that those left bad taste
Right.
in people's mouths. And just now, the Star Wars video game license has a bad taste to
Right,
it. And
right,
so they may come out with an excellent game and
still fall short.
And unfortunately,
I mean,
especially if
if-
you're already putting the numbers
At that point,
yeah.
you're setting them up for failure. Of course, yeah. I agree. I still have high hopes for this game. I will hate for Respawn to be in the chopping block, although I don't think so. Worst that could happen is they just become an Apex factory, like all hands on just doing Apex content.
Yeah.
And that's not good. That's not what I want that company.
And here's
to
another
be.
thing. Apex. Respawn is not a big studio, right?
Right.
So if you are all hands on this and not Apex, or you're either all hands on Apex and not, you know what I'm saying? Or you're split in half and you're crunching the hell out of everything,
Yeah.
right?
Which is more than likely.
And what happens to a
Unfortunately.
product like that? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
at that point,
It's-
the
oh,
quality is no
man.
longer. The quality is no longer. Yeah, this is they need the force to pull this
Yes.
one. They will actually need to show a supernatural.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes,
I only hope.
the midichlorian levels have to be extra, like over 9,000.
Oh, man. Yes, well said, sir. Well said. All right, so that's what we have confirmed, sir. What do you expect, or do you expect any weird, off-the-wall surprises from EA? Do you think they're going to have anything new? Anything that well, they should at least. I think they should have something
new
new.
IP, of course. 'Cause
Yeah.
They can. I mean,
What do you
it cannot be a beast. It cannot just be Star
Maybe
Wars.
bring something back. Maybe.
Well, yes, we see Dragon Age.
Oh, the new Dragon Age. Okay.
Yeah, because obviously it's not gonna be.
Didn't
Anthem.
they tease that recently?
Tease as far as I
Or
think,
a leak or something?
No, I think
okay.
what always seen. If I mean I don't remember even what we've seen, so it wasn't
even that big.
anything. Yeah, and I like. I mean, I'm a fan of Dragon Age. I'll tell you though, I will not get this. I will not even think of pre-ordering this. This game at all. I will definitely 100,000% wait for reviews on it, because if they fucked up Mass Effect, like, what is my
it's the same BioWare,
and you're seeing Anthem. It's okay, what is this? Is this really BioWare, or this is a shell, of what BioWare really was at one point? So yeah, even that does not have me excited. Honestly, it's hard to be excited about anything. The only reason why I say I'm hopeful and looking for Jedi New Order is because, damn it, I want a good Star Wars game. At least it has to be one. And we already know they know how to deal the graphic expertise and the music and the sound and all that. I know they can replicate that already. They have shown it, even with the crappy Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
The setting and the layout and the project were excellent. Now you need to tighten the gameplay to get to tighten the gameplay to together. And I hope. I'm thinking of Respawn. I'm thinking of that campaign of Titanfall 2, and that's what's driving me to, man, I can see them pulling it through. Now, would that matter? It'll sell because it's Star Wars. Remember, it's Star Wars, and it has its fans. And not everybody is high into the game industry like we are.
To the ground level.
You have the masses that don't care about the loot, the loot boxes and stuff like that. They don't care. They say this game's not gonna have. Exactly. So it's just they're putting him on a very different position. 8 million is it seems unreasonably high.
Extremely unreasonable.
Yeah. Like they don't have Respawn has the chops to develop a good game, but they're no longer the companies that the EA is no longer in the position of expecting that, especially with
everything before.
Damn, Anthem, bro. Yeah. Like, what a tragedy. Tragedy.
It's still sold, let's be real, but yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's not getting...
it was supposed to be...
remember...
They were painting as the next coming of a huge universe.
And remember, according to their executive themselves, I just read, it disappointed.
Oh, no,
it didn't met expectations.
Oh, no.
So,
well, when you have ridiculous expectations, that's the reason why. Yeah.
Exactly.
It only sold 7.5 million units.
And that's where,
whoa, dude.
So it didn't meet our most modest expectations.
Ridiculous.
I find it hard to believe that EA that they will have modest expectations about Anthem. That they were not putting like the reports say, they were not putting their all their how do you say it? They were not putting their expectations, all the expectations in this title alone.
Okay. So they weren't really
what were they like? Really, like what were they? What else was there? Because there's nothing.
No,
I mean aside from. Well, maybe that's what it is. Aside from their sport titles are still racking them FIFA alone.
Yeah, well, they own the FIFA license, so no one else can use it.
Right.
They own the
and they do,
NFL license, so Madden has that. So
they loot box the living shit out of it.
Yes, they do.
Dude, we missed a huge point. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt our topic of the week, but there was a news piece of title that we completely glanced out. I can't believe I didn't mark it and you didn't mention it.
Which was
the U.S. Well,
with the investigation of loot boxes, yeah.
The U.S. is already starting. It's considering a bill to prohibit loot boxes. That's fucking huge. That is,
So
if it passes,
I was going to say it is huge.
It is,
in the sense
the
that
proposal
if it passes,
is interesting. The
correct.
proposal,
the fact that it's
scary.
getting to that,
yeah.
That is scary. Actually, no, just the fact that it's getting that scary. There are hundreds of bills that that don't even go anywhere. But the point is that yes, it's gotten to that point where now they are considering a bill because they haven't even done the actual bill, but they're considering working one together to do it. So it is
hearing about that is like, well, would you imagine? Let's imagine a universe where that happens. That will change. I mean, that will have a huge impact on gaming in general, to be obvious, but maybe in the most positive fashion, or could it be?
It could, and it can't. I mean, because you still have some games who are doing those type of things correctly. You know what I mean? And again, most of them tend to be free to play games, stuff like that. So
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it could be good, could be bad. It also will most likely hurt bigger companies. I mean, when we think of Tencent, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, these guys kind of have huge stakes in these companies that that make these games, and they bring them to the U.S. And now, if they're not making that much money in the U.S., maybe they're not even funding some of this stuff. So you don't know what the repercussions can have on that.
They could be huge. And,
they could be huge.
And I definitely see like in a world where loot boxes are banned in the U.S., I can see them the publishing, the publishers and all that, like scrambling towards finding other methods of revenue, which the more likely will be raising the price of games.
Yep,
$70 games.
Usually, what happens?
Hey, what would you prefer, loot boxes or $70 games?
Honestly, I've already said that games are probably underpriced at this point. We spend a long time at $60.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
While I enjoy playing $60 more than anything else, I can't blame them if it has to go to that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True,
So
true. No, that what they will do is they'll have the loot boxes and then
they go to
raise it.
$70. Yeah, they'll do both.
Yeah, of course. It's the gaming industry. Come on.
Of course, yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are a commodity to them.
Yeah, of course. Next conference we are looking at will be the Bethesda conference. This will actually happen on Sunday, June 9th, and it will take place at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Oof.
Wow. He said, oof.
Let's mark the calendars on this one because I do not want to miss this.
So let's see. What do they have to talk about?
Doom.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah, Doom Eternal.
Okay, which probably will take a big portion of the show. We'll probably not include, I can't remember his name now, but you know who I'm thinking about. The guy from, what is his name? Espérate. Oh God, I can't believe I can't remember. The main dude from
the Bethesda guy.
Yeah.
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, thank you. We'll probably not include him because he's not part of the making of that. He's part of Bethesda Studios,
right.
the actual development side of it.
Right.
So we'll probably see a large portion of that. They'll probably show off the Wolfenstein Youngblood because that's actually going to be coming out on the 26th of July. So it'll be about a month and a half out at that point.
Nice. And from what I've heard, of it is shaping up to be an interesting chapter.
An interesting chapter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm more interested on it than I was when it was announced.
Fascinating premise.
Yes,
definitely.
it does.
And they also, at the same time, will be releasing a VR version of it called Wolfenstein Cyber Pilot. Same date comes out.
Really?
HTC Vive and PlayStation VR.
I thought VR was dead.
It's not dead. I've told you a million times, not dead. But you don't want to listen. And so from there, we have two titles that are up in the air that they may bring up, they may not bring up. Who knows?
Don't tell me that one of that Starfield.
Starfield, yes.
You think so?
I mean, they got to show something. I mean, unless the whole show's Doom Eternal, and they show a trailer of Youngblood, you know what I mean?
It could. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. Here's the thing. This is what's gonna make the Bethesda press conference very interesting to watch. First of all, the announcement of Fallout 76 last year.
Oh, Fallout 76 DLC. I'm sure.
Right.
They'll have an announcement for that.
Yeah, they should take time from their fill it with something. No, of course they are going to talk about Fallout 76 because they have to. That is the 10,000-pound elephant in the room.
Yes, it is.
That does not move.
It is.
They need to talk about. They need to address that because when they announced that game, they were making fun of. Some people might say that our games are buggy, and everybody said, like that was a thing to laugh about, and then they proceeded to talk about this and how this was going to be a journey, and we're going to help.
You were interested by the end.
I pre-freaking ordered it on the same day of because I tell you what, I played Fallout 4. It was not perfect, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Really liked it. And so was Fallout 3.
Fallout 3 was awesome. I like in between the two. Yeah. Even though I get it, 3 was a little older, whatever. 3 just I have fond memories of 3.
Yes.
4 was good though.
I am a big fan of the Fallout series. So I believe them when they were showing what they were showing. I believed them. I thought, well, They have done Fallout 3. They have done Fallout 4. They have done Elder Scrolls, they've done Skyrim. And now they're going, and then they have Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, how can this go wrong? Obviously, they have the expertise already. They know how to. Yeah, right. I had no idea that this was gonna become into this like amazing train wreck like we just described.
On fire.
On fire.
Full of shit.
Full of shit. That is on fire.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was already looking rough on previews that already had me shaking. All I had to do is take a taste of that beta to be like, cancel my pre-order. Cancel my pre-order. I do not want to have anything to do with it. I still continue playing that beta. And the more I played it, the more I was like, this is shit. This is bad. And there's no excuse of, oh, but it's just a beta. It'll get better on the final release, because we're talking about fundamental gameplay element.
Yeah.
That we're not
like
talking about
really,
bugs.
like
We're talking
stuff.
about this is boring and you're shipping in a month. So there, and you have to press.
I think you even were saying as I dude, they're gonna delay it. They're gonna delay it. I'm
yes,
I
knew.
don't think so.
I was saying yes. I said the only logical thing was to delay it to this year. Announce it at this E3, because not even release it at the beginning of the year. Announce it at this E3 because it was gonna come out like in June or July or something like that, and then have something that is polished, that is nice, that is fun. Not this like colossal disappointment that
the shameful part is
being.
they could have done that as a company. I mean, I don't know
Yes,
what type
they
of
could have.
losses they would have sustained, but they're not a publicly traded company.
It wouldn't have
So
been enough.
They could have probably it probably could have lasted till then. Probably take a little bit of a hit. But if you
took a hit,
release it, no, what I'm saying, you take a little bit of hit for the year delay,
Right.
And so I agree, they should have done that. But I was like, the train is moving, dude. The flaming shit train is not stopping. I said, I was like, I hear you, and then I remember I rented it. I was like, I'm not paying for this, so I just rented it for a day, and I installed it, played it for a good 4.5 hours. And I was like, this is not the Fallout I'm used to.
It's not.
And
Totally not. It was so that's why I'm interested on seeing seeing that, because
them acknowledging it.
What are they gonna say? Are they gonna apologize for this? Are they gonna, or is their big surprise the Final Fantasy 14 level of like remake of their Colossal? Remember, Final Fantasy 14 was is an MMO that when it was first released, it was a colossal. It was a
disaster.
It was a disaster. This thing was a blemish on the reputation of Square Enix back when it had a reputation to defend, and they doubled down and say they pretty much destroyed this game. They say, okay, it's a redo. We're just gonna redo it. And somehow they made something amazing out of this. Not even out of this. They destroyed this game completely, this engine, everything. Mm-hmm. And from the ashes came something that was gorgeous, that was beautiful, that I would play. If I was an MMO player, this would be the MMO that I would be spending my time, playing, because it was great. And it came from shit. So Bethesda will have to do that level of craziness,
and I'm pretty sure.
And I know they're not gonna. They're not gonna. Let's be real.
They're just going to write it out and.
Yeah, but what do they say? What do they say? So what does Bethesda say at this E3?
Regarding this?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're going to make jokes about it because
dude, they cannot. They are past that. I don't think anything will come out.
They do, because remember,
how tone deaf will they have to be?
Whoever is there at the conference are their fans. So their fans are the ones who are still playing this game.
I don't think.
Remember, I guarantee you.
Remember.
I guarantee you, P. Hines will get. Yes, I know what you're saying. I remember the Blizzard
and Diablo announcement and the most beloved fans that pay high money for that.
But there was a difference there. The difference is they came there to see the next Diablo, and they got some piece of shit mobile thing. Okay. That's what's happening. We're still delivering you a great game. Oh, by the way, Doom Eternal is coming right around the corner. We'll get to that in a second. You know what I'm saying? But they will, because that's just what they do. They've always done in all their press conferences, and they only done like 3 or 4. They've always been too cool to come out. They'll acknowledge the whatever. But yes, I think that they're going to.
But what I'm saying is that if the least that they should do is like do a Sony level of apology when they got hacked, and they have the executive just like bow down and apologize like literally. I know, but I'm saying like that should be the least acceptable. Everything below that will be a failure, because they cannot make jokes.
Because I know it will be. Guarantee you.
Yeah,
that's the difference. The difference there is simple, dude. It's 2 cultures.
Yeah,
it's a huge culture difference. Okay?
Japan and
here,
US, they're different
things
cultures.
are a joke. It's like, hey, we messed up.
Oh
It is. You know, but hey, don't worry. You know, it has come back around. That things have been corrected here. Things have corrected here.
Nothing has.
Hey, I'm just saying, this is what's going to happen.
This is
people are still playing this game. Believe it or not,
there are a few crazies. Just because they're crazy in the world doesn't mean that this is the normal. All I'm saying is that this is not the time for Bethesda to make a joke about this.
Happen, dude. It's gonna happen.
And then you'll discover what a shitty company.
You're probably right.
That's the case.
I've already said they are. So
they should be like, dude. They should recall this game. That's how bad it was.
And they should have, but it's way too late for a recall.
Right. Yeah.
So the only other 2 they have is Starfield, which I don't even know if we'll see any gameplay or anything on it.
I don't think
maybe a actual trailer.
Yeah,
and then of course Elder Scrolls 6, which we're never going to see. That's at least 3 years down the road.
They need to show that's okay. So it's basically Doom Eternal, and
Wolfenstein, the spinoff,
the spinoff,
the Youngblood.
Maybe something else.
I don't know. I mean, it's too early for Wolfenstein 3.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be Wolfenstein 3.
What else
it
would
wouldn't
there
make
be?
sense.
You said
different IP?
New? You think something new? It's possible, right? What's Arcane working on?
What's Arcane working on?
Yeah,
indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may see something from Arcane Studios.
That'll
guys.
be
If you don't know
cool.
who Arcane Studios is, that is let me get there.
The creators of Dishonor.
Thank you. The creator of Dishonor, the creator of what's the other one? Prey.
That Prey was interesting, but not for me.
Rage 2 would have already come out by then, so maybe some DLC announcement. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't think they spend much time on it, but
that's Avalanche Studios. So maybe something from Arcane. The last Arcane game that we had gotten was the
Dishonored 2, wasn't it? Prey.
Prey. May 2017. That's the major game. They released looks like a Dishonor Death of the Outsider, which I guess is a DLC.
Yeah.
That was in September of 2017. So we are literally 2 years out. So it's about time, right?
Yeah. I would say, yeah. And probably more...
maybe Prey 2 or something new.
I
like something new.
I think something new. I'm going for something new. I would say more Elder Scrolls Online.
More.
They always
have something for that.
They always have something for it. Yeah.
So that's possible. But I mean, for me personally, I'm like, I don't care. But yes, they will probably have something for that as well.
Their only decent MMO, which actually started not as shit as Fallout 76 because nothing has been, but it wasn't great.
Rough. Yeah,
it was rough and
rough around the edges.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, our last preview, excuse me, of this evening. Square Enix is going to have the Monday.
Please be excited.
9. Oh my God, let me see.
At 9 p.m.
21. No, 8. 8 p.m. Right? 2100 is 8. No,
21
is
29.
9. So 9 o'clock. Oh wait, let me go back to the other one. I said Bethesda would be at 8:30, right? So that's right. Yeah. So this is going to be Monday, June 10th. Square Enix will be taking the floor at 9 p.m. They generally do pre-recorded stuff, so I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do. Or they're actually going to have an actual conference itself. But let's see what they may have coming up here. First and foremost, I think the Final Fantasy VII is going to have a big portion of it.
Yeah,
I think
this is the moment to show everything.
This is it, guys. It's once Final Fantasy 15 came out, what, 2 years ago now?
About yes,
2 years ago, yes. It's about time because I don't have anything else major happening.
About
It's
time.
about damn time.
2016 was when Final Fantasy 16 was. 15.
2016.
Yeah,
That's
2016.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah,
Wow. Yes, it's about time.
it's about time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we have that one. We do. I'm positive that's going to be there. Do you think we finally see the Avengers project that they have been working on with Crystal Dynamics for the longest time?
I don't think so.
I think it's time.
I mean, is it time?
Yeah,
Yes,
hello.
absolutely.
Endgame just happened.
Yeah.
Where else are you waiting for?
Yeah. Do we see it though?
Yes.
I
think
don't,
we do.
I don't think so. It's
This thing has been in the works at least 2 years now, maybe even more.
I think this problem's happening with this one.
Oh,
I think that the reason why we haven't heard a peep about it is because things are not going so well, and at some point this project might just become canceled.
Wow, you think so?
That's what my gut tells me.
That's what my gut tells me. Okay.
Yeah. I have to go with my gut, man. I have to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I still think we see something. They have to do something. The
it'll be
the
a
window
deal,
is
of course.
closing. The window's closing with the Avengers Endgame just passing here.
Yeah.
So there is also Square Enix is also releasing Romancing Saga 3. We'll probably, I assume they're expecting a big show, by the way. They had mentioned there was going to be a big show. So
A big show, they said.
yes,
Okay,
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe they'll bring that up as well.
So this is the most mysterious one then of the
It
of
is.
the three.
Platinum Games is making a game with them called Babylon's Fall, which I think we saw a trailer for a while back. So maybe
was that the one with was that the one for the Switch or something like that?
Let me see.
Was
let's
it
see.
like was that the one that was like in a city that it looked like a futuristic
Yes,
city?
that's the one. Yep.
You were dressed like a cop almost. But then you were is that the one?
I think so. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's been in a while. It's a coming soon game.
What is it called?
It's actually for It's for PlayStation 4 and Windows PC.
What's it called? Babylon?
Babylon's Fall.
Oh, Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see. What
Yeah,
this
that looks
is.
like the one we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Peggy
see.
18.
Let me see. Oh no, this is
No. This looks. Oh wait, this looks actually more like Dark Souls ish.
Yeah, this looks very Dark Souls.
Yeah, so a Dark Souls. Well,
E3 2018.
the style is Dark Souls in the sense that it looks like knights versus creatures.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's definitely that aesthetic.
Yeah,
we don't know exactly what type of game it is.
We don't know if it's a Dark Souls game itself, but it is
Yeah.
definitely from Platinum. So
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I saw that developed by Platinum, and it got me interested. But it could go both. It could go anyway, right?
Yeah. Okay. Platinum is not guaranteed all the time. So.
No. Fortunately, that is true.
Yeah. Other than that, we have a Project Prelude Rune game, which I've never heard of. Deck 9 is supposed to have a new game coming out.
Deck 9?
Deck
Oh,
9.
Deck 9.
Deck 9.
I thought it was the rap group.
You would know Deck 9 from the spinoff of, oh my gosh, Life is Strange.
Those are the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys from Don't Not.
Don't Nod is the regular Life is Strange.
Uh-huh.
The ones who did the spinoff with Chloe,
Uh-huh.
which was Before the Storm.
Right.
That was Deck 9.
That was Deck 9. Okay.
So that's all we can confirm that's coming. We
That's
don't
what-
know. We don't know if anything's gonna be. We can't confirm any of this is gonna be on the show, obviously. But what else do you think? What else can they possibly bring to the table here?
All right. Are you ready for this?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
ready for it.
All right. So we see Final Fantasy 16 gets
Ooh.
announced. If they're saying this is a big show, for it to be a big show, it can't be just Final Fantasy 7. That's it.
So here's my question: If not that I'm saying you're wrong.
Why are we doing predictions? Actually,
No. I mean, you're saying
sounds like
that that's something that he would need to bring.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible they can do that and also do the
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah, the fact that it's episodic. Obviously, I mean, you're gonna be. You got to go back to continue the episodes.
I think they have the bandwidth for it.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Square Enix is a huge company, but in all fairness,
it also took them like 30 years to bring 15.
True, exactly. That was going to be. I'm not saying that I believe that they will have it, that they will have Final Fantasy 16. But it'll be cool to see.
It would. I mean, that would be a huge announcement.
It's a huge announcement. Yeah. Exactly. But no, they're not gonna steal Final Fantasy VII's thunder with a Final Fantasy 16 announcement. 16, yeah. Let's be real. So
that would be silly for them to do that.
Yeah,
especially if it's like a title screen, like when Bethesda showed off Elder Scrolls 6. It's like,
right,
yeah, you don't have anything going on. You literally have a screenshot.
Right,
you know
exactly.
I mean? It's like, why would you even bother with that?
Right. So, but anything else will have to be...
Square's a big question mark. You really think about it.
That's what I was... that's my point. That is the most mysterious one of them. Just give me... oh, man. What is a good Bethesda... I mean, what is a good Square Enix title nowadays when they're releasing... crap like that.
Yeah. The one with the death. Lara Croft is going to be shelved for a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
Unfortunately, Tomb Raider did not meet expectations.
Deus Ex also got shelved.
Yeah, I don't think we see another one for a bit. So it's new IP.
Yeah, it's got to be new IP.
Yeah, it's new IP. Give me oh my God, what is this game? The Platinum game that I love.
Bayonetta?
But the other one.
The other one.
The other one, the one the one that
God, Nier?
Yes, give me Nier.
Your favorite game of all time? No,
I forgot.
No. But you forgot its name.
I forgot the name.
Nier Automata.
It has a weird name. That's right, Nier Automata. But I love Nier Automata. If you give me something like that, I will jump on my share. Like this is
honestly that would probably look at it like
this
that
will
may be actually a good spot.
This will be time.
Let me see. It's been about a year, right? Maybe a little more than a year.
For what? For
Nier Automata.
Nier Automata was 2016, so of course.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So then it's time.
It is time. See,
it is.
Give me that and not be sad. Like I don't. I mean, I realize a lot of people are gonna yell at me. Good that I know that you're excited. I am excited to see more about Final Fantasy VII, but that's not what that will get me to jump on my share myself. All right, I will give me the next Nier title, and I will do it. I will declare Square Enix as the winner. No, I will, but I will definitely be super excited to hear about that. Developed by Platinum Games. Yes.
So
put it in my veins.
I can see that.
Nier Automata 2.
Considering Platinum is kind of working on stuff, but
they're always working.
They are. Yeah, they do take on a lot of projects.
Yes, they do.
But that said, yes, I can see that definitely. Honestly, if it's a big show as they're claiming it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But for me personally, obviously Final Fantasy VII, and definitely it's time. Avengers. You've had this deal in the works now for I swear it's more than 2 years.
Yeah.
And here we are. We have yet to hear anything about it. And Endgame has happened.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Obviously there is the window's closing. At this point, you wait too long, and you're like, the thing comes out. You go, who cares about Avengers?
Yeah,
it just happened already. And Lord knows if it's going to be. Although to be fair, and this is just a theory, it could be that they could not announce anything until after Endgame due to spoilers. So
you think that a title will be tied to an Avengers game? An Avengers game will be tied to this cinematic universe? I doubt it.
I don't. Because I mean, it shouldn't, but
because who's going to want to play as Fat Thor? Fat Thor, for example.
For the record, Fat Thor was awesome. Okay?
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't. But
and why would you want to play Fat Thor? I bet you plenty of people want to play Fat Thor.
Well, I'm just
You're
saying.
speaking to one right now.
I'm sorry. I take it back. What I meant to say was, and can you hear me, World?
I can hear you.
All right. So my mic's acting funny. What I'm trying to say is the
whole tie-in.
Movie tie-ins usually don't go very well.
This is true.
Like they usually are little train wrecks. So that's what I'm saying. But I'm hoping that this project is definitely not that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, give me, you know what? Give me the Quiet Man too.
Oh God, no. The Quiet Man that literally came and went like a Quiet Man. It was like I remember seeing the trailer going, that seems interesting, and then I found out later it already came out. I'm like, really? I don't even know.
Not only that, but boy, was it a disaster of a game. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah.
This game was a joke.
It was literal crap.
You
Yeah.
You have to see gameplay on it one of these days because it is phenomenally bad for a game that got like hyped by Square.
By Square at E3.
At E3,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Oh, ridiculous.
Ooh, wow. No, man. No bueno.
All right, so that brings us to the end of an awesome episode 159. Episode 159.
Yes.
We will, of course, pick up our E3 preview for next week again. Next, I haven't decided on the next one, but obviously we'll move on to the more bigger press conferences that are happening. Obviously not Sony because they're disappointing everybody by not.
You know what? We should just rewatch the 2013? No, the year that they did the $599
Oh,
one.
yes. Oh,
we should just rewatch that one.
That's
and
like
comment on that one.
Gosh, that's like
PlayStation 3. So
2008.
that would have been 2007,
somewhere around there.
6?
2007, 2008. Yeah. Oh man,
their highest moment in E3.
No, not even close.
Their highest low.
The highest low. Yes, the highest low. I'll definitely agree with that. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Maddog signing off for this week. Mr. Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister, take us home.
I just want to give a huge shout out to all my peeps from the training team from farmers that I was having the honor of being mentoring and all that.
Yes.
Those guys are super awesome. Some of them are starting to listen to the podcast. And I don't want to be leaving anybody out, so I'm not going to be mentioning names.
You're just going to
say
hey, everybody.
You're not, you don't feel shamed that I wrote your name. But huge thank you. And if you guys have first of all, go to our Facebook group, goodgame.tech, or actually for now, search it. We kind of have to pay for the for the domain. It's kind of expired on us, but but just search for Good Game on Facebook and join us. Definitely, we are a very welcoming, very friendly,
absolutely,
group. There's no dramas on it. There's none of that.
It's good stuff.
Boys and girls, by all means, you are all welcome to it. And if you have friends that are gamers, also by all means, invite them.
Whether gamers or not, they're into movies, they're into TV.
True. That's true. That's true. We talk a little bit about everything, and you know what? We let anybody and everybody post, on it and share that stuff that is interesting to you. So far, as it's not spam. Don't put the stuff that you're selling on offer up for it, please.
Exactly. Please.
We only let Chak run it because we have no choice. He's one of the admins of the group. But for the rest of you, you guys are more than welcome to join. It's good to have you. And also, I love you guys. You guys were awesome. They graduated today.
Nice.
So they are as of this day, they are full-fledged farmers warriors.
Awesome.
Or personal lines.
Yes.
And believe me, they're in the front lines over there. They're taking those calls, and
they are.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Awesome. So we'll see you guys next week.
GG!